Hearing all kinds of weird shit.
You unmuted yourself through all that.
Did I?
Yes.
I was confused.
So the entire time you're like, why do I hear stuff? And I'm like, wait, how do I hear Jeremy? You unmuted.
Well, because the music was coming through my laptop for some reason. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, why is it coming through my laptop? Because normally I can't hear it. And I was like, what the hell? So I unmuted it because I thought maybe there was some button pushed. Hey, man, that's what happens when you put boomers in with technology.
Hell yeah, it is. What's up?
What is up, everybody? Friday night hangout. Hope everybody's ready to chill out. Take some comments, talk to some folks. Patina, bitches.
I took a week off. I didn't
did
know
take
like
a week
what
off.
to do.
You better be revived. I haven't taken a week off. I've been busting my ass for the last week. So you better be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not.
Taylor's got a new fucking background going. Look at that shit. He's looking all pro.
Yeah, I got out of the.
I actually do. I didn't. The thing is, I didn't think I disliked your other background until I saw this one. This one looks way better.
This is the one I use for every video.
Maybe that's why I like it better. Maybe it's just that I'm kind of. I can
kind of relax here. I can kick back. I can kick back a little bit and chill.
I didn't dislike the other one, and like I said, the other one I thought looked fine until I saw this, and now I'm like,
This chair is very uncomfortable. I need another one.
Dude, a new chair. I sit and edit in this chair sometimes, which is like the worst thing ever because this is not exact. I mean, it's like a low back lounge chair. Like it's not for like. It's
the way that
I'll
it's
sit and edit. Right.
The way it's angled, like I have to sit awkwardly.
I'll sit and edit for like 8 hours this thing, and I get up and my back feels like it. I've got scoliosis. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck happened?
I know what that feels like.
Well, you do have scoliosis, actually, don't you?
Yeah,
I think
do.
You actually have scoliosis.
I sure do. Actually, as of tomorrow or Sunday, I will have a leather lounge chair that I will be using. So I don't know that I'll be using this set like this after this little Friday Night Live. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just playing things by ear, but nothing's permanent right now because I'm hopefully going to be moving soon-ish.
Randall Oak says, shirt's a little right there, Jeremy. I think he meant to say tight and he misspelled it. And that's because I buy schmediums.
Schmediums.
I'm joking.
You didn't able to fit in a,
I mean, I wear larges.
In a medium since I was a kid.
I wear larges, but I think I've gained some weight because either that or these shirts have shrunk a little bit because the shirts have gotten a little tighter. They've gotten a little snugger.
I'm for sure rocking the Corona 15.
Oh, dude, sure. I'm bad. And I've been so busy that I have not been maintaining what I tell everybody. And I've preached in a million videos, stay physically active because being physically fit makes you feel better, blah, blah, blah. I preach that and I don't practice what I preach. I'm probably in the worst shape that I've been in my life. And I think I've put on a Corona 15, a little snug.
Oh, I for sure have. Luke Morass says, Taylor, do you have incense burning or something on fire under the lamp? No, it is incense because I've been running my air conditioner in here from May, just nonstop. And I turned it off because I wasn't going to be here for a week and it's cold outside. And I was like, I don't need air conditioning. So turned it off. Dude, I walked in here and it smelled like ass for some reason this morning. So I've burned a few sticks of incense in here today just to kind of try to clean it out a little bit.
So you could, dude, what's the shit get an ozonator, man. I use that in here. And that's actually a really good thing that you could get just for when you get a cigar lounge at your other place. And this is a good little bit of advice for anybody that's on the live stream. Because in here I've got an air purifier, I've got the ducts that suck air out, so I've got exhausting, and I've got the air purifier that I hang on the wall, the rabbit air. And even with all that, you still get like smoke sticks to walls, it sticks to things, right? So like it's still. But dude, if you run an ozone, it's an ozone generator. Now you can't be in the room when you run it because it's really bad to breathe that shit. But if you run one of those, I run mine like once a week. And dude, after that thing runs, there is no smoke smell. You run it, it takes like 15, 20 minutes to run in a small room like this. And then you have to like be out of the room for a couple hours because it has to have time to kind of air out or degrade or whatever the fuck happens to it. But when it's done, a non-smoker would come in here and wouldn't think that there'd ever been anything smoked in this room.
And everybody's jumping on the taint fan.
The taint fan.
No, it smelled like paint when I got here this morning, which is so weird because I painted this place a year ago. So I don't know why it would smell like taint or taint. I don't know why it would smell like paint.
Why does it smell like grundle up in here?
The only thing I can think of is somebody downstairs painted because all of the scents from downstairs come up here. But no, I came back later, like just 30 minutes ago, and it smelled like socks. So I don't know, but I had to burn some incense. It smells pretty bad. But look what I got. I've been talking about this stuff. I've been talking about this stuff a lot. And I've never
did you pick up a bottle? I hit the heyday today with bottles. What'd you get there? I can't see it.
Akantoshan.
I think it's pronounced Akantoshan. I could be fucking.
Yeah, it says it on the back. Akantoshan.
And that is a heated.
I don't remember. I've had it before, but I've not. I got it at a bar a long time ago.
I almost got one today called Peat Monster. It's a compass box.
Yeah, I've got a compass box, like a little sampler. And I've not tried the Peat Monster.
Yeah, the Peat Monster, I was on the phone with Dan from Bourbon Junkies because, man, I've tasted a lot of whiskey. They've tasted every whiskey, right? Like, so if it's something I haven't had, I'll often call him and be like, hey man, I'm in the whiskey store. Like, is this worth this price or whatever? And we were talking about that Peat Monster today, and I almost pulled the trigger, but I had spent a bunch of money on other shit already. And I'm like, it looks like there'll be more of that here. It doesn't look like it's going away. So Akantoshan. So what does it say on there? Is that, I'm not familiar. I mean, I've heard the name, but I'm not familiar. Is it a Speyside or a Highland or a Isla? Or what is it?
Doesn't even say.
Is it a single malt or is it a blend?
Single malt.
I think it's a single malt.
It's a single malt. It says American oak. I can't get any closer, guys. Just has first and second fill bourbon casks for the maturation.
Trying to see if anybody in the chat saying anything about it. I don't see anybody in the chat saying anything about.
State Line has Peat Monster. I think it's 60-65. So State Line's that one just over the state line in South Carolina. It's about 40 minutes from here.
Dude, today was my whiskey shopping day, right? So normally the whole reason I have a Patreon is to kind of fund stuff that I buy for the channel, right? So usually when the Patreon money comes at the beginning of the month, I do channel stuff with it. So I'll buy some new whiskeys that, I can either use in videos to pair with cigars to recommend to people or do whole reviews on, or once I get the leaf and barrels cranking again, after we get through some of this holiday craziness. Actually I plan on getting a leaf and barrel out this month, but stuff to do leaf and barrels with. Anyway, I usually take a good bit of the Patreon money and I go whiskey shopping, and man, I found 4 good ones today that I've been looking on. So I'm going to sample all these tonight while we're on here.
Well, I am going to try another one after this. I should have started with the other one, but I was too excited to try the Akantoshan.
Akantoshan?
The other one I bought just because we talked about it and neither one of us had tried it. I got the Long Branch because it was finally back.
I'm going to start with the lowest proof one that I got today, which is...
I definitely should have started in the other direction, but...
This one, the proof, this one's only 43.
This one's 43 too.
Where's my...
We talked about this.
There it is.
Have you tried? Yeah, last time I talked to you, you hadn't tried this.
No, I had not. That's Matthew. Okay. That's all right.
I have pretty low expectations for it, but I mean, I figured I might as well try it.
Pretty good. This is Balvenie 17-year double wood, which is matured in 2. I think it's double cast. So I don't know if it's aged in the oak the whole time and then finished in sherry, or I don't know what order they go in, but I know at some point in time, this spends time in regular old oak barrels and spends some time in sherry casks. So I heard a lot of people say they really like it. So,
well, if I had the ability to smoke a cigar in here, I would be smoking this old Death Bucket too.
Oh, dude, I saw some people in there saying that Death Bucket is a fucking banger.
Dude, I gotta let this thing air out. This case, dude, it still smells like just like burnt.
Oh,
cigar.
dude, if you put a burnt cigar in there, it's gonna smell like just complete ass for a while. Like you might need to put baking soda packets in there and let that absorb, because you don't ever put like a cigarette that's already been lit in anything enclosed, because it just has a funky ass just.
Yeah, no, I did because I didn't have anywhere else to put it at the time, and I am now regretting that. So
I'm taking little baby pours
rookie
of this stuff.
mistake.
So don't any of you guys call me a bitch for these little bitty pours that I'm taking, but it's because I want to drink 4 of them. And I don't want to be shit faced by the end of the podcast.
Okay, so Akantoshan definitely very sweet compared to a lot of other scotches. It drinks more like a Highland to me. Like just that first sip is very much more like a Highland Scotch than an Isla. It's definitely not peated.
Balvina. That, if I didn't sound fucking redneck as shit when I said that, got some of that Balvina. This is Balvini is I believe it's is Balvini a Speyside or a Highland or what? I always forget.
I think it's
I get my scotches mixed up, man, because there's so many different fucking regions for scotch that it gets. I don't remember.
I saved the wrapper of that one I smoked earlier. So, as many of you guys know, I go to a smoke loft every Friday, which is going to end soon because Alex is getting pretty close to due. So, I'm going to have to start staying home. But this is what's smoked earlier.
I'm sorry. Luke says, did Jeremy sell Velveeta? Yeah. I got some of this Velveeta Double Wood 17.
Velveeta. So I got a Avo Synchro. This is Nicaragua. That's not. It's Fogata.
Avos are good, man.
Avo Synchro Fogata is what this is. I smoked most of it earlier. Tried to save some of it and made the mistake of putting it in here with the rest of my cigars, like a moron.
This shit.
That's what I smoked earlier.
You could smell that sherry cask.
This doesn't. Right on the very end of this, smells like ass.
Oh man,
it's a good.
Somebody asked me. I saw somebody said, "Do I sell this hat?" Yeah, on my website, you can get these hats.
I'll have some hats at some point, but still haven't got my buy link. So
yeah, dude, this thing, the sherry cask must have been either I don't know. It must have either been the last thing it was in, or it must have spent some significant time, because I can smell the sherry. It's fruity as fuck.
This is very, very light, very easy.
I just opened it, so I'm trying to let it breathe for a second, because, man, those neck pours are not always a very good representation of a whiskey if you don't let it breathe for a few minutes, because it's a little off. Where did you get your old notebook from? The one that I'm actually thinking about designing one. That's one of the things me and the guys at Exclusive are working on, is I want to get the graphic artist that did all my logos and stuff to design a page that like splits out stuff for, like, you know, there'll be like a place at and like have cool like scrolly shit like I have on some of my stuff, like a cool design, and have like an area for you to put the cigar band. And then like another area for like places that say wrapper, filler, binder, like, you know, basically a template for tasting notes, and put that in a leather bound journal for people. Do one for whiskey and one for cigars. So I want to do, that's one we're working on now. I think should be pretty cool. But for right now, if you don't want to wait, because it'll probably be at least a couple months before we get that done. The ones I have are from Nomad Craft Co. Nomad Craft Co. is the company that sells them. They're nice. They got that old looking paper in them. I get out my fountain pen, which Taylor hates because he calls me a founty. And then I write in my old weathered looking paper, and I feel like an old fuck. I feel like I'm back in the old days by candlelight.
Yeah, those are your hipster journals.
It's a little hipster.
They are.
Dude, it's I don't know, man. It's good though. I like writing with if I'm gonna write, I like writing with a fountain pen, because I enjoy writing with a fountain pen. It's a different experience.
Chile says Taylor wins the fixed blade video coming very soon, next week, actually. That is what is on the docket next week, because I finally got everything in that I needed for that video. I should ask what's in your pocket and what's on your wrist, but I know
Oh,
Is it
you
the
don't,
Kaiser
man. I
Vanguard?
got a surprise for you tonight because I've been carrying something different for a couple days.
Oh, I know that you're wearing your Oris. That's
Yeah,
a
I am
given.
wearing my Aura, so there's nothing new there. Although I believe this Sunday, me and the wife are going watch shopping. I don't know if I'll get it on Sunday, but I'm hoping by maybe the next podcast, I might have a new little watch to show. New little blade I've been carrying though. I'll give you a guess.
Is it yours? Your Mall
Yes, it is
Ninja
mine.
version?
I just got it. It's not mine.
Oh.
I would
have
make
no
a much
idea.
bigger.
You're about to Spidey flick it. See that?
No.
940. Nice.
It's the new one that Blade HQ's dropping. Where's that focus point? Motherfucker.
Jade?
No, it's
Is
a
it Jade and
natural micarta. Or not natural micarta. Natural G10.
G10?
I have to block out my
Jade.
face.
Natural is Jade G10.
They call it
natural
Jade,
G10.
yes. But it's cool because you can actually see the mechanism through it a little bit. And this one, they changed the blade steel. So this one is M4.
Nice.
Why
didn't I get one of those?
This is an exclusive drop. I'm actually doing this will be in my gift guide. They're dropping, Blade HQ is dropping these on, they just announced it, or I couldn't have showed it to you. I think the 9th is when they're dropping it. And Zach said, anybody who wants one should get on it because they do these limited drops. They usually go pretty quick. But I've never had an Osborne 940 Osborne. And dude, I really like it. It is. I really like it. Because it's not. Oh, it's really very similar to the size of a bug out, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a little thinner and a little longer. I don't know if you can tell that.
It's stouter too. It's got a thicker blade steel and like a.
Yeah, it does have a thicker blade stock, and it's got a much stronger tip because it's a reverse Tonto. So it's the tip is, and I think it was
Jeremy likes those strong tips. Actually, can I tell you guys something?
Dirty tip. What was the guy Ben?
Tips.
Ben, isn't that the guy that used to work for Blade HQ? The real nice guy that
Peterson.
Ben Blue. He liked the Osbornes because he said he likes the because this slope on the reverse Tonto. It's like if you pinch grip it, it's really good for like detailed work or opening boxes and stuff. So you don't cut too deep and like but it's an axis lock, and you know how much I love axis lock knives, man. It's still a little stiff because I just got it. I've only had it for a couple of days, but it's starting to loosen up pretty nicely. See, it's a little.
I know something else you love.
If you start with the damn audio, I love to gobble cock. Ah, you cocksucker! I knew it. I knew you were gonna do it.
Oh my god! Did you guys hear that? I heard Jeremy say that. Did you guys?
I love gobble cock. To change the subject, this Jade G10, I like it because you can see the Omega spring, which is pretty cool. And the M4, I did some research. M4 seems to be a pretty popular steel over what the normal steel, which is, what's the normal steel they put in these Osbornes? I can't think of it off the top of my head now. But the M4 seems like it's a pretty nice little upgrade. And I just love Benchmade, man. You know me. I've been a bug out mark for God knows how long. So see, I threw you for a little bit of a loop with the knife today. A little bit of something different. What do you carry?
A lot of people are saying rip my internet.
Rip.
It should be fine. I'm not having issues on my end.
I don't see Lego Taylor.
I don't know.
No, I don't see Taylor. I mean, I see you. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing issues on my end. Normally, I can see things start going grainy.
Somebody's saying fuzzy. Taylor looks fine here. Yeah,
I am back on Wi-Fi, which is probably part of my issue. I'm on a MacBook this time instead of my PC.
He finally went back to the Mac, baby.
What did it glitch out when I pressed?
I love to gobble cock. That's probably what it was. You probably shouldn't push that because that probably overloads the internet, and it probably doesn't work.
Wait, I have another one. This is a good one.
Every time we go in there, they get in somebody's ass.
These are just like Jeremy-isms at this point. And then I have to go to page 2 for this one.
Do you have the one where I said what hand blown by? Or no, I think that was on the Junkie when I did my live stream.
Yeah, I didn't take any clips from that one because I was at home. But
yeah, I mean, you could definitely get aggressive on your sucking.
That's because you were talking about you were sucking too hard on cigars and you weren't smoking them right. And I'm like, yeah, you can get a little aggressive on the sucking. Of course you kept that. Why did I send that in a voice text? Because of course you're gonna fucking save that.
I know, it was too perfect. You set me up for the spike on that one. It was so good.
What knife are you carrying, you cock gobbler?
Noom.
Ah, yes, the one that you say is the boss.
It's the boss. That's what it means.
I know, that's what I'm saying, the boss.
Oh, this thing is a tank. My thumb has finally
Custom
reached new heights of toughness. Actually, Derek, the guy at the cigar loft, I handed this. I walked in and he said, "What knife are you carrying today?" And I handed this to him, and he's like, "I don't think I'm tough enough to open this thing." And I showed him how I did it. Flipped it open a couple of times, and he's just like, "How'd you do that? What's the trick?" And I'm like, "Just flipped it open, man. I don't know." And he said, "Remind me not to shake your hand. I enjoy having functioning hand."
I had a guy.
I also have been carrying.
Go ahead.
I've also been carrying. I took this off because I'm sitting down, but still carrying this thing. This has become, I think, my favorite knife. This Ridian, the little lockback.
Is that the one that No,
this is not.
That's not the one that Blade Sharp sent you, or not Blade Sharp.
This is one I bought.
What the fuck's the name of that company? It's not Split.
Work Sharp.
Work Sharp.
Yeah, this one has become, I think, my favorite knife. It's so good. It just fits in your hand perfectly. It's good stuff.
See, I
do wish I could like that. Do wish I could light that stogie up.
It just saves it. It fits in your hand perfectly. I should have saved these things. I still haven't tasted this yet. I've been letting it. Ooh, man,
sipping away.
Yeah, dude. See, it's opening up nicely. Some of that like kind of overly pungent kind of stuff when you first pour something out of the neck. Now it's opening up a little bit. Now I'm getting some of I can actually get my nose in there without like feeling like I singed all my fucking nose hairs off.
We were talking about smoking with a friend the other day, and he's like, "At what point do you stop smoking a cigar?" I was like, "Me, whenever I have my first hot draw, I'm usually done." I said, "But Jeremy, I mean, he says he goes until he burns his mustache hairs, and that's his cue."
That's my cue, man. When I start hearing snap, crackle, and pop, I know it's fucking time to put that bitch out. Oh yeah, dude, that is good. That's nice.
This is smooth and like easy drinking, but not like outstanding. I'd say it's good. This is more like this is probably a bad comparison for anybody, but for me, the first thing that comes to mind is monkey shoulder, like a better monkey shoulder.
Oh yeah.
What it tastes like.
I was talking to monkey shoulder today, but the guy at the store. Oh, here we go. It actually has on here. I was asking. It's aged first in traditional European. In traditional whiskey oak cask, then transferred to a European oak sherry cask, thereby acquiring character from each. The second cask aging in the heart of the Balvenie Doublewood. 17 years of age, is sweet with dried fruits, toasted almonds, and spice, layered with toffee notes, oak, and vanilla. Now tell me that. Now here's the thing. They always, on the bottle notes, they always make shit sound delicious, right? You read a fucking bottle and you're like, oh my God. And then you get home and it tastes like wet socks. And you're like, what the fuck is that?
That's a job for a reason.
Right. But that is actually pretty bang on. There's definitely, because of the sherry, there's a lot of fruit in that, like a dried fruit. And I definitely get some vanilla, a little bit of like a wood, you get a little bit of wood vibe you get in most stuff. I'm not really getting almonds. Not really getting an almond. Oh, is that the, yeah. How many of y'all picked up the new Death Bucket today? Did anybody go out and get it?
I was thinking about getting more than one, but I just grabbed one. He had a restock of Cookie Monsters too.
Oh, did he? I tell you what, I enjoyed that, and there's no lip service on this when I did that video. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, whatever." You're probably I ain't making a penny on those fucking those Death Bucket 2s. I was really impressed with it, man. It had this really interesting kind of sweet floral kind of note that reminded me of honeysuckle. And then there was like a kind of mineral kind of flavor that was in there, and kind of a dusty, kind of musty kind of flavor. And it just all went really, really nicely. It was delicious. What was the whiskey I tried it with? Oh, Hibiki Harmony, Japanese whiskey. Because that's kind of a nuanced whiskey. It's kind of nuanced, and there's a lot of cool little nuanced flavors in that death bucket. So when you smoke it, don't smoke it with anything too aggressive. Because then I went and I tried it with Octomore, because I thought, oh, well, there's some mineral notes in this cigar, and there's like all this kind of savory, sweet, kind of floral honeysuckle. I'm like, that might be cool with an Isla. It made the Isla good, but the Isla railroaded it. You lost all the nuance in the cigar.
I tried to smoke. What did I have the other night? Wasn't the Alec Bradley? I smoked something else the other night, and I can't remember what it was. It wasn't a New World, because I have my 2 New Worlds. I can't remember what it was I picked up.
I'm really pretty excited that you like the New World as much as you do.
It was the Nicaraguan rum barrel aged Camacho.
How'd you like that?
Stick was pretty good. I kept having trouble with it staying lit. And
that's right. That was the one you smoked out in the fog or something, right? Wasn't that the one that you smoked?
No. That was the Alec Bradley. I smoke them all outside when I'm at home. But
you said like a fog rolled in one night.
Yeah, that was when I was smoking the Alec Bradley. That thing, the Tempest, that thing was really, really fighting me. But this Camacho, it was like 20 degrees outside, and I'd light it and it would just tunnel. The outside would not burn because it was just so cold outside. So had trouble with that one, but I was drinking High West Campfire with it, and it was just such a bad pairing. It tasted awful with the Campfire. Like, it just not good at all.
Dude, that Balvenie is so fucking good.
I did watch your video on the Camacho, though, that rum barrel aged.
It's good, man. It's real good with rum. No shit.
I'm starting to like your videos now, because I'm smoking cigars.
Right. Well, I mean, they're really.
They didn't pertain to me before, because I didn't smoke, and it was just like, okay, this is knowledge I don't need.
No, and that's the same way my wife is. She's like, 'cause I'll ask her to watch it, because sometimes, and you know how it is, when you edit something yourself and you watch it over and over, you miss stuff, right? So a lot of times I'll have my wife, I'm like, hey, can you watch this and make sure I didn't miss fucking something glaring that I'm just not seeing? And she hates it when I make her watch the cigar videos, because she's like, look, they're well done and everything, but like, I could give 2 hot fucks about cigars. So it's just like not interesting to me at all, right?
That is Alex's response to literally any time I make her watch any of my videos. She's like, I don't understand why people like EDC. I don't get it. And I'm like, you watch cleaning videos. You literally sit on the couch and watch somebody else clean their house.
Yeah, dude, that's some dumb shit.
I don't understand it. So don't.
My wife watches the same kind of weird shit. She likes to watch people's grocery hauls and stuff. I'm like, you want to watch people what they got at the grocery? I'm like, who gives a fuck? They got food. I don't get it. But
I just wanted to show you guys. I've got a few more over here, but this is the selection. I've been going in deep. It's a problem. This is what I talked about when I go into something. I just
go in deep, baby. You got to.
You and me both are the exact same way. I don't know how to hold these.
Sheehan says, anybody else lucky enough to get an ashtray? Dude, those ashtrays went quick, Steve. Did you get one, buddy? If you did I'll be curious. Dude, they sold out too quick. I didn't even get a chance to pull you one aside. We're getting more in, though. When we get the second batch in, I'll put you one aside.
So we got some sticks here. We got the I don't know what all these are.
Pretty good little selection too.
Yeah, Avo Classic. I don't know much about this. Number 2. I don't know. We got the Death Bucket 2, New World, the AJ Fernandez Enclave, and then a Last Call Maduro. So
Enclaves are good. Somebody just asked me if I've ever heard a good Cigar Co. Yeah, I actually just started. Andrew Arnold asked me if I ever heard a good Cigar Co. Yeah, I actually just started having some talks with Good Cigar Co. And we've got some projects coming probably in the beginning of the new year. They're sending me some stuff, and I'm sampling some of their stuff. I always like to kind of vet a company very well and try some of their products and talk to them for a while and before I bring them to you guys. Cause if there's any bullshit in the works, I don't want to even waste time and tell you guys about it and turn out that it's crap. But the Junkies started working with them, and they were big fans, and they said, you already give them a try. So I said, okay, well, let me talk to him. If it's any good, I'll, and he seems like a great guy, and he's got some really cool ideas, and the way he runs his club is pretty neat. So I think we're going to be doing some projects together in the new year.
Nice. Trevor said, "You're not deep until you're buying boxes of 20 plus of the same cigar. That's commitment."
Well, it is. And, you know, honestly, I don't buy boxes of 20 of a ton of cigars anymore, just because I'm always trying so many different cigars for, you know, doing reviews and getting different stuff to figure out what pairs. And there's so many new cigars that come out all the time that, like, I find that I don't buy boxes as often as I used to. I used to buy boxes pretty frequently. I find that I don't as much as I used to, though. And depending on the box, man, some of those boxes, it's a fucking investment. You buy a box of like Davidoffs or, you know, some Patron 1926s or some of those Avos and shit. I mean, you get into $300-$400 for a box of sticks, and you're like, oh shit. Or like that cigar you told me about that you got a guy in your Discord that it's like a $2,000 cigar. So one cigar, $2,000. I'm like, anybody that gave me shit about fucking charging $100 for a whiskey glass can suck it. That dude's paying $2,000 for a fucking cigar that is up in smoke. And I mean,
I was trying to avoid this because iMac Death asked, "How much crap did you get for the price of the ashtrays?"
You know what's funny about that? None. Zero shit. As much people, I shouldn't say as much. Honestly, it was probably less than 10% of the people that were bitching about the price. The rest of them were like, it's dope. I get it. You know, whatever. But it's always the minority that's the loudest, right? The funny thing is, the ashtray, not one word. I don't think they had time because they sold out faster than anybody could even say anything. They sold out in like 8 hours.
That's pretty quick. So same guy, Trevor says, "I'm with Jeremy. Monthly cigar scripts are probably subscriptions are a real great place to be. Lots of variety and good sticks."
Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't buy as many boxes as I used to, man, because it's like you can invest that same money in variety. Unless you look, if you really have a stick that you love, then fucking get a box of it. But I find that if I smoke too many of one stick, I kind of get bored. So I just like to keep it, you know, rotating.
Just buy like 6 boxes, and then you have 6 different things to rotate between.
I mean, that's true. I tell you, the one box I do buy regularly still to this day, and it's the one you were just talking about. I pretty regularly will pick up a box of New Worlds just because it's just a good go-to stick. It's not crazy expensive. And another one that I'm going to pick up going forward, I think, is JC Newman. Fuck, can I reach this without?
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can mirror my screen or use my iPad as a separate screen.
It's got to be in the
because I want
to. Come here, bitch. Fuck. Hold on.
Okay, I think it's working now. See if I can show you guys. There's this place I found out about, Jeremy, and you got to see it.
I don't know why I was trying to reach that. I lazy. JC Newman is just kind of re-released their, I think it's pronounced Perla de Mar. I think it's Perla or Parla de Mar. I wasn't a huge fan of some of the older ones, but they just re-released this new kind of rebranding of it. And it's a Corojo version of it. Let me take it out of here so you can see it. It's a box pressed Corojo, I think. It wants to grab my face all the time. But yeah, this is the new one from JC Newman. And it's a really, I've smoked about 6 or 7 of these fuckers in the last couple of days. And it's a nice smooth cigar. It's pleasant.
6 or 7 in the last couple of days. Just 6
or 7 of just this cigar. That's not to mention the other shit I've smoked. But yeah, it's really nice, man. It's got a lot of flavor, probably a medium body. It's one of those kind of middle of the road sticks to where it's good with coffee in the morning, but it can also hold up to a lot of whiskeys. I've really been enjoying it, and it's a cheaper stick. I think they're like MSRP is going to be around like $6 or $7 a stick, so it's not real expensive.
I wanted to show you this. I found out about this place. I knew about it for a while, but I didn't really look into it. But there's a place near me called Casa de Monte Cristo. And It is. I'm trying to see if I can find some pictures. I'm
Alex
using my
Teague in the
iPad.
house.
Yeah, everybody's sitting here complimenting my set, but it's literally it's the same as my video sets.
Well, yeah, but I think on these they're used
It
to
looks
just seeing
way
kind of
better.
like
Dude, look at this place. So this is a JR Smoke Lounge.
Sorry, I'm listening. He says those are some tight pants, Jeremy. You should see Taylor's. He has to pour himself on those motherfuckers.
Okay, to be fair, they're wide legs. I just have big legs.
I'm just kidding with you. Mine are actually like I think they're called slim cuts.
See if it's working. It's working. I'm using my
iPad.
iPad.
Dude, you sent me pictures of that, dude. That's JR Cigar, right?
It is. Yeah, you can see right in this photo. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, you can see JR Cigar right there.
Yeah,
dude, look at this place,
dude. It's dope. It's dope. I mean, JR Cigar has that shot. Go back to that one. That looks nice. That's a lot of cigars. Look at that shit. That's a bougie as fuck. I love it, dude. It's nice,
dude. This place is like 30 minutes from my house.
And why aren't you going there more often? Like,
I'm gonna go very soon. Like in the next week or two, I'm gonna go here.
Yeah, dude. Well, you know, it's funny is JC Newman. Go ahead.
JR used to have. I'm gonna close this out before my internet shoots to bed. Also, look at this. When I'm using my iPad, you see the two hands. I don't know why it does this, but when I'm using my iPad, it gives me two cursors.
It's like, hey, bitch.
I don't know why. I'll turn this off so my internet doesn't go kaput.
He says that screams bougie. I agree, but see, I'm okay with bougie like that. When it's like bougie, yeah, like I ain't about like. There's certain types of bougie that are like too bougie, and then there's like that's just like a nice. It just seems like dude should be hanging out in there, like drinking some fine spirits and smoking on some fine cigars. Like that just seems like a good time. Funny thing is, I'd roll up in that bitch looking like this. They'd be like, "You can't come in here."
I have a giant picture. It looks like it's about 6 or 7 feet tall of Churchill.
Yeah, dude. I feel like you have to have a picture of Churchill. I mean, they have a cigar size named after him. I feel like you have, I mean, any place you're smoking cigars. I mean, you know, I've got the picture of Churchill in mine right over here. It's the badass picture of Churchill, and he's got like the gangster pinstripe suit, and he's holding a Tommy gun. Like it looks boss as fuck. But I feel like you have to have a picture of Churchill, man. Yeah, you just do. That's like one of those things you have to have.
Alex has been in here talking, and then she said, "Okay, I'm out." Taylor wasn't lying when he said, "I don't care about the stuff he talks about on YouTube." She doesn't care. At least she's open about it. Hey guys, earlier this week she said, "I'm glad you have a hobby, and I'm glad it's cigars and not something else." I was like, you know what? I'll take that. That's a victory.
Cigars are a great hobby, and it's one that honestly, I mean, yes, it can get expensive, but it's not nearly as expensive as some of the hobbies you've wrangled me into, motherfucker, like watches.
You said you were going to resist, so it's not on me. It's on you now.
You and Peter ganged up on me. You ganged up on, dude. Did you see that video? That thing, the rap video the guy did on Peter?
Yeah, dude, I had to instant click it because I was like, wait, what could Peter have done that somebody made a like? How is he involved in any kind of drama ever? Because Peter's just a nice guy all around.
Well, Peter texted to me. He's like, dude, you've got to see this. And I click, and then
did you see the video where somebody parodied you?
Are you gonna fuck with me right now?
No, I'm serious.
Are you gonna pull up like gay porn or something? Like,
no, I am dead serious. Chad sent it to me. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Hang on.
But anyway, the guy that did that new Peter McKinnon, dude, it's kind of catchy. Like the dude could actually rap pretty good. Like I was like, oh fuck, dude, this guy's kind of legit. Like he's not bad. Like it was actually kind of a catchy beat, and the dude was actually pretty fucking good at rapping, actually.
Let's see if I gotta find that text message from Chad. This might take a second, so you're in charge.
Yeah, dude. He's saying he finally figured out what when I say red fruit. Scott Rankin said he finally figured out when I say red fruit note what I'm talking about. He got a bottle of cigar malt last night. Yeah, man, I like the red fruit. When I get a red fruit note in scotch or in bourbon or in anything, I'm usually pretty pumped about it. I really like that.
All right, you got to not talk for a second, okay?
That's not likely, Taylor.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. All right, you are unmuted, so.
Oh, okay. Who is this guy? I've never seen him.
Hey guys, I'm Jeremy Sires. I love patina. Did you know coffee is good for you? Like,
You didn't see this?
oh there, Tiger. I don't know if that's good for you, man. I just like to make my own stuff. I like leather. I like knives. Specifically brass.
He's not wrong.
Don't forget that. Remember that. Because, what do they have? Patina. You got it. Why did you tie your beard like that? I don't know, because I like it. Just like a woman's bra. Keeps me supported. Look, it's even got a screwdriver. How about that? See, you just take it. Boom. Bob's your uncle. What does that even mean?
You just say Bob's your uncle a lot.
I do say Bob's your uncle.
You didn't know that video existed?
I had no idea that video existed. How did I not know that video existed?
Logan Wheeler. I mean, it doesn't have a ton of subs, or the video doesn't have a ton of views, but Chad sent it
it's only got like 49 views. That's probably why I didn't hear about it.
But I mean,
that's funny though.
You don't have an alert set for like your name or something? Because I do.
No. Dude, if I got all the shit that people talk on social media, like I ignore most of it because it's just
you don't know how social media works.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, man,
I like that you agree. You're just like, yeah, that's it.
As much as I love social media, there's parts of it that can be toxic that I avoid, right? Like when people start talking a lot of shit or whatever, I either ignore it or I just click hide from channel because I just don't need that negativity on the channel, man. I want my channel to be like a happy place where guys hang out and have fun and it's like a good vibe. I don't need a bunch of fucking haters in there talking all kinds of shit. Like I'm just not in the mood for that nonsense. You know what I mean?
I hide people pretty frequently. I just
Especially
have mostly
if they get
people
like racist or shit. I'm like, dude, you're out. You are fucking out in a heartbeat if you start screaming that nonsense. Every time we go in there, they get in somebody's ass. Yeah,
I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to get in a motherfucker's ass, dude. You know what I'm saying? See, don't you wish you could?
We're not recording. I can't flag.
I know. That's why I was like, ha ha ha, motherfucker. All right.
Now you're gonna go crazy, and I'm just gonna download the audio for this.
I brought 4 clean Glens up here tonight just because I knew we had 4 coming. My recommendation on the Balvenie Doublewood 17. Another shot of the bottle. Excellente. I think this is very, very good. If you're a Scotch guy, Excellente. Or Excellente. That's my redneck. Yeah. Excellente.
Excellent. You're like Brad Pitt.
Some of that quesadilla. That quesadilla.
You're like Brad Pitt in Inglorious Bastards.
Dude, that
Orlami. That's my favorite scene.
Dude, that was such a good, some of the dialogue in that movie was so good. It was so well written. But yeah, this, if you like, especially if you like sherry finish stuff, if you like stuff that has a little bit of a dark fruit kind of vibe going on, this shit is excellent.
I know I'm going from a Scotch to a bourbon, which is not usually advised, but I'm not a smart man.
Okay, dude, how weird is this?
I can't see. I mean, the bottle looks like a medicine bottle in a different way than the Port Charlotte bottle.
It's just a weird square bottle with like just a fucking metal cap. Like but it won like some awards and shit. It's a Nikka whiskey. It's called Nikka whiskey from the barrel, and won some awards and stuff. So I figured I'd grab it. Next up in strength is Nikka coffee malt.
I've looked at that one so many times and I've never pulled the trigger.
Let's see. It's got a screw off cap, which bothers me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, look at this big fucking cork in this thing.
Oh, dude, some corks are obnoxious.
Huge cork. Let's see what this one's gonna be like. Boom. Oh my god.
It's just malted barley is distilled in a what'd you do?
Dear God, I think was in there.
She's got a tight seal on her. you know that's what walruses and Tupperware have in common. They both like a tight seal.
Jesus Christ.
Is that a dad joke?
No, it's not a dad joke because it's too R-rated.
Yeah, I feel like it's too dirty to be a dad joke, but it is kind of corny.
Oh, that's
right?
a heavy ass pour. I kind of got away with it. Kind of got away from me. That's a really big ass pour.
So let's see.
Some of
Malted
them may have to go back in the bottle.
Malted barley is distilled in a coffee still, a traditional continuous still, which is normally used to produce grain whiskey. Discovered the whiskey has extraordinary texture, which Nikka has specifically developed for whiskey aficionados. We'll see about that. I'll be the judge of that. Again,
that is
baby pours. Because I want to get.
I was not looking when I was pouring, and then this happened.
I saw somebody ask me how much I paid. Oh my god, dude! Yeah, do not drink all that. Somebody asked me how much I paid for that. I think it was $60 for that bottle. That was the cheapest one I got today. I think that one was only $60.
Yeah, no. If I drink all this, I'm sleeping here.
That's got that's dark. That's got a dark kind of vibe to it. What is that I'm smelling? Kind of reminds me of like candy corns. What is that other smell in there? You got to give me a minute to live with that. For some reason, I get candy corns as one of the first thing I taste or smell. Interesting.
Sure. I couldn't tell you. No idea.
I'll have to let
This, I'm going to say, is not my favorite. Just right off.
Which one was that you just poured?
This was a Long Branch. Oh,
I've actually had Long Branch. I take that back. I have had Long Branch. Somebody brought that over to my house one time. And I remember thinking that it was
all right. Yeah, it's just okay. It's just okay. Like I can tell you that now. It's got some. It's got, to me, like just based on what I've had, right off the rip, it's got some Jack Daniels vibe. Like just nothing special.
Man, I don't know why I smell candy corn in this. Smiling Beard says candy corn ? Yeah, I mean, because
this guy says I wasn't looking. I looked down and I'm like, oh shit, that's half a glass. This is not intentional. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I got an empty water bottle from earlier today. I'm gonna funnel it back into the bottle because I can't drink all this shit.
There's definitely some vanilla in there. Some vanilla, like a candy corn kind of. You know how candy corn.
You're on for like 2 seconds.
Dude, I can talk to myself for that long.
Oh, I know. I've called you on the phone.
Wild Turkey is really hit and miss for me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like a lot of Wild Turkey stuff. I like Wild Turkey 101 a lot. I think I actually like Russell products better than Wild Turkey, but I mean, it's still made by Wild Turkey, right? But like, I like the Russell's Reserve stuff. I like the 10-year, I like the single barrel, I like the rye, I like all that shit. So, and then a lot of the Cornerstone stuff, I think it's called Cornerstone, is pretty good. The Long Branch, I wasn't crazy impressed with. It was fine. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything that I was like, ooh, I'm going to buy another bottle of that. Let's see. Jeremy, 1910 or what is that? Oh shit, the chat moved. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Ooh. Hit him in the groin with the banjo. I love that guy's screen name, by the way. I think that's like the funniest screen name ever. Hit him in the groin with the banjo. 1910 or Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Man, that I would probably get strung up for saying this, actually, but I'm probably Double Oak. Man, Double Oaked, especially some of the store picks I've gotten has been just fucking phenomenal. But 1910's a classic, man. So it's hard to say. That's a really tough call. But if you held me to the fire, I might say Double Oak.
You see where I'm going with this?
Are you fucking making a funnel to pour some of that back in there?
Yeah, I can't drink all that shit. I got to go home tonight.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
I don't think this is going to work too well.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said bold move.
Things do not pour. Yeah, things do not pour very well out of this old Pete's Pirate Life glass.
Yeah, no.
Hey, dude, it's not bad. It's working.
Jeremy, are you doing a Christmas gift guide? Yeah, actually, that's the video I'm working on right now. I'm hoping to have that out within the next 3 or 4 days because I want to try to have it out in time for people to still be able to order some stuff and get it shipped. I should have had it out already by now, but my month has just been crazy. But
I spilled a
let's
little, but
see.
hey, look at this. Not too
Any
much.
new tattoo ideas?
There's like 2 drops.
That's not bad. I spill more than that just pouring it in the glass. Any
I
new
know.
tattoo ideas? No, I don't have any right now. Although I almost called my tattoo guy the other day to start doing some brainstorming because I'm starting to get that itch. It's about that time to get a little more ink.
Look at that. 2 drops.
Yeah, that's
a little
mellow.
drop.
That's just gonna make that desk smell better.
And now I have a reasonable amount of whiskey. Spill it. It's a long branch. For real. It's not great. Like I would not buy this again. I don't think. No, I don't think I would not buy this again based on my first impressions.
I'm trying to look at some of these other comments.
Yeah, it's not good. It's got some like I'm not as well versed in flavor notes as you are, Jeremy. But what I would call this is a cheap whiskey taste to me. I don't know how to quantify that with like something. It's got a little bite on the end that makes it taste.
Here's the thing about tasting notes. I have not always been good at it, and some people still say that I'm not good at it. And I don't really care. My thing is whatever pops in my head when I'm tasting something, that's what I say. Now, is it always the most accurate? Then maybe not. But you know what? Like everybody's brain works a little different with how your brain ties things to taste. Like in this most recent one, I said that Death Bucket 2 reminded me of old books. And I'm sure some people were like, old books? What the fuck are you talking about? But like there was this musty note in there that was kind of an earthy, a lot of times in cigars, people say there's an earth flavor. And it's accurate. But this one, it wasn't that dark kind of flavor that I normally equate to earth. It was like more of a musty kind of, and it very distinctly reminded me of the way old books smell. That's what it reminded me of. So that's what I said. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I was saying in the video. Like if you're trying to get better at doing tasting notes on cigars or whiskey and this stuff, just don't be afraid or embarrassed. Just say what pops in your head, because whatever fucking pops your head's the right answer.
Have you ever read like coffee tasting notes, like the coffee flavor chart, the flavor wheel? It's full of fucking bullshit. It's like Skittles and shit. Like, no, like,
well,
the essence of pear.
I tell you, when they have a whiskey one and they have a cigar one. And when I was first really starting to try to pick out flavor notes in stuff, one of the things I would do is I would pull up cigar reviewers or whiskey reviewers that I respected and thought they were pretty good. And, I enjoy their content. And I would pull out the flavor wheel and I would pull out the cigar, the whiskey they were tasting. And I would sit there and I would taste it. I would close my eyes and I would see if I could pull out the notes that they were saying. I would see if I could taste those things. Right.
Yeah.
And see if I could get where they were coming from. Everybody's taste is subjective. So I didn't always get every note that they got, but I would start to make the attachments that, oh yeah, I do taste that. I don't taste that other thing, but I taste that. And then I would look at the flavor wheel and go, what other things in this flavor wheel am I tasting? And I just started to try to like develop my palate that way. Now I purposely don't look at reviews prior to doing my own assessment because I don't want it to influence me.
Yeah.
But when you're learning, I think it's a really good way to try to train your palate a little bit and get used to doing that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Anissa B said it was also a neck pour. And I'm guessing she's talking about this long branch, which, it was a neck pour, but it just falls flat. Like the first little bit is pretty good, but then it falls flat. Like I would get another Auchentoshan over the long branch, and we're talking Scotch versus bourbon, but I'm just saying, like, is this a bourbon? Or is it just it is bourbon. Wild turkey, of course it is. So yeah.
Dude, I know this, and this is the kind of shit that happens. And this is why blind tasting stuff is good. And I know this has nothing to do with why this is called this. But now I keep smelling coffee. I know there's no coffee in this. I know it doesn't smell like coffee. I know the fact that it has coffee on that has nothing to do with actual coffee. It has to do with the type of still they're using. But in my brain, for some reason, now I'm smelling like candy corn and like a little bit of a coffee note. And I know that's not right. That's why I say sometimes it's good to blind stuff, because if you blind it, you're getting
you're not having any outside influence on what you're tasting and smelling.
The branding will do that, man. Branding will influence you.
See this when I drink it and just kind of let it sit on the tongue for a second. It actually kind of tastes like is it Werther's caramel hard candy?
Ooh, see, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what it tastes like on the front end, and on the back, it just falls fucking flat. There's nothing like it goes to just kind of.
That sounds pretty glorious on the front, though.
On the front, it's good. On the back, it's just.
I mean, and that's usually the indicative of whiskeys that aren't as kind of high proof, right? Is a lot of times they're a little thin, so maybe they'll have a good start and they'll finish weak, or they'll kind of have a shitty start or mid palate, but they'll have a nice little finish on them. It's usually the stronger stuff that like smacks you when you drink it and then holds in there, long term. You taste it 5 minutes after your last sip.
Yeah, see, this is like strong caramel up front, and then you go to swallow it and it's just like alcohol taste. Like it just hot on the end. And it's not even that high. It's 43%. It's just.
No, 43 is mellow.
Yeah. It's not very high. But that's what you taste on the end. It says oak and Texas mesquite charcoal refined. That's really all it says. I mean, it's not bad.
Shit.
It's not bad.
That's actually pretty fucking delicious. Taylor, I think you would like that.
The Nikka coffee?
Yeah. And it's not overly expensive. I think it was $60 for that bottle. Yeah, I think you would enjoy that, man. It's not smoky like an Iowa or anything like that, but it's...
Stephen Sheehan says, blue balls of the bourbon world, no finish. For real. Like on the front, I want to like this whiskey, this Long Branch. I want to like it. On the end, it's like, okay. Like, Charcoal is why you got the Jack Daniels. Very likely. This is a serious cork, though. Jesus Christ.
Luke, you're right. I do have to be careful, but luckily tonight he's not recording, so I think I'm safe.
Yeah, no, I don't have the clips.
I think I'm safe tonight, brother. Rarely, but I think tonight I'm actually kind of safe.
Unfortunately. Now, I could have recorded us both, just not muted you from the recording and had your files, but that's all right. Look at this. This thing is like...
That's a solid cork pop.
Yeah. I will drink more of this before I like make a determination. But like my initial impression is like, it's fine. I'd rather have Old Forester. Just saying. And that's going to be my problem when I like go through this stuff. Is when I go into the store, I have trouble like grabbing things just to grab something new and not just gravitating towards something that I know I love.
Gravitworking,
yeah. I gravitwork in the ABC
bouncing it down the aisle.
Can you imagine me twerking?
Oh, dude, I don't want to imagine that. No, thank you. That's nightmare fuel, buddy. I don't want anything to do with that. Josh, I'm smoking what's left of I was just talking about it earlier. It's this new release that JC Newman's doing, the re-release of the Perla de Mar Perla de Mar. Is it Perla de Mar or Perla? I think it's Perla de Mar. In Corojo box press. They kind of redid the brand, they rebranded it, they reblended it. It's like a whole new re-release of that. And it's really good. And I also pulled this one out because this was just a nub and I thought I'd probably knock it out before the podcast was over. This was one that came in the I'm not smoking it yet, but this is one that came in the Luxury Cigar Club box this month. It is the Rojas.
Looks like it's the same size as the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, it is. It's a Lancero. Rojas Blue Bonnet Lancero is what this one is.
I really wish I could finish this cigar. Like
Fuck it.
I'm really tempted to just light it up and finish in here, even though I don't really have much ventilation.
Yeah. Little punch cut on the end of that, dude.
I still have yet to punch.
Sometimes I like the punch cut Lanceros because it actually removes almost the same amount of material as clipping it because the punch is almost the size of the cigar and it's a cleaner cut. So a lot of times I'll punch cut Lanceros, and as long as they got a good draw, I'm good.
Nick Retta says, "Hey Taylor, what flavors do you personally like in a cigar?" I don't know that I've really smoked enough cigars to comment on that. Like right now, I think I've talked with you, Jeremy. In fact, the last thing I Googled when I smoke a cigar outside, like sometimes I'm thinking about it, I'll Google it in the moment. And the last thing I searched was only taste pepper spicy when smoking cigars. Like I just don't have
a lot of Nicaraguan cigars.
Okay, I've had that Alec Bradley Tempest.
I think that's a Nicaraguan cigar.
I know I've had like 2 Nicaraguan Camachos. I know that.
Okay, here's a question for you. Oh no, never mind. That's a Nicaraguan too. I was going to say
World?
the New World's definitely Nicaraguan.
Yeah.
That rum barrel age is a Nicaraguan.
Yeah.
Try get it. How about those avos? Those avos, I'm pretty sure are Dominicans, unless you got the Nicaraguan blend.
Look. It's not going to say it on there.
A lot of the avos are Dominican. They make Nicaraguan ones also, but
this avo that I smoked today, you can't see it from there. Nicaragua. Yeah.
Try a Dominican, man. If all you taste is pepper, because pepper is usually a pretty predominant flavor in a lot of Nicaraguan tobacco, which is some people kind of shy away from that. And look, people that are really into cigars are fucking rolling over in their grave. They're like, Jeremy, that's not true. Okay, it's a generality. I know that's a generality. Not all Nicaraguan cigars are peppery, but in general, Nicaraguan cigars tend to be pepperier than Dominicans and Hondurans. So maybe try a Dominican cigar of some nature, like one of the Dominican blends from Avo, or I think some Monte Cristos are Dominican, or some.
I mean, I've definitely had some Dominican. The Romeo and Julieta that I had was a Dominican, and I know a few of them that I've had have been Dominican, but I was not smoking those correctly as we've discussed. I was I'm
not going to say it because somebody else might sound clip it. I love the gobble cock.
Oh wait, that's the wrong.
I know that was aggressive. I know,
but yeah, I mean, you could definitely get aggressive on your sucking.
He said that's actually why he asked, because he's new. There, he clicked right there, Nicoretta.
Yep, right here. Yeah, I'm getting a pepper, but anything Jeremy would say I would not understand. He's too deep. No, I watched your video while I was smoking that Camacho the Nicaraguan rub and barrel aged, and I'm just like, okay. He said pepper, I get that. Spicy, yep, get that. He said smooth. I don't know what that means when smoking a cigar.
Well, smooth is a pretty generic term, and I don't like to say it because a lot of people get pissed off at the term smooth because it is so. But some cigars just give across this smooth vibe. I don't have another way of describing it. It's just
I would say that
spiky bits are rounded off, and it's
I would say that about this one.
Right. Sometimes it just has a smooth vibe, man. It's hard to put it into other words other than saying it's smooth. I mean, because it is. Pinky Smoking Jacket, that was a smooth cigar.
But I don't necessarily get
that homeboy, that homebrew guy.
But I don't necessarily get a ton of other flavors out of it.
Here's the thing, man. It takes a little while, right?
Like I've got a lot of like earthy tones, especially out of like that Cookie Monster. I understand that. That makes sense. It's a leaf. Like
sure,
that makes sense. But anything that's, I don't know. What's a flavor note that you would say about a certain cigar?
Chocolate, dark chocolate, coffee. Those are real common in cigars. Occasionally you'll get fruit, but fruit's pretty rare. I get fruit very rarely in cigars, but you do. But I get a lot of chocolate. I get a lot of coffee. I get a lot of mustiness, a lot of oak and cedar.
See, I've not gotten those. I could see maybe like a coffee.
If you haven't gotten cedar, smoke a Connecticut. You'll fucking get cedar. Those bitches are cedary as shit. Tastes like you licked a cedar wood plank or something.
But I think it's like with any, like even with whiskey, like when you're first starting, your palate's not developed at all. Right. And you're tasting like just alcohol and it burns. And you got to kind of, learn. You've got to kind of adapt your taste buds to know what you're tasting. Same with coffee. Like even if you drink an extremely well-made coffee with a really nice high-end coffee bean, without drinking a whole bunch, you're not really going to have a point of reference.
Sure. 100%. And I think the Whiskey Tribe guys have said it really nicely. A lot of people, the first time they try Isla's, for instance, right, they get smacked in the face by smoke and they're like, all I taste is smoke. It just tastes like I just ate a fucking ashtray. That's all
what you should do is the first scotch that you should ever give somebody who's never had it.
Just go for Port Charlotte.
Go with Port Charlotte or a Peat Bomb or Octomore, Ardbeg. Just hit them with the shit right in the face. And they'll love it. They cannot not love it.
Um, yeah, but it's that same thing, right, Taylor? So you everybody gets to smoke, but the longer you drink it, then your palate acclimates to that smoke and you start to get some of the subtleties that are under the smoke, right? And it's the same thing with cigars. You're going to get a lot of that pepper and a lot of that smoky kind of earthy notes and stuff. And then the more you smoke cigars, your palate starts to acclimate to those flavors and you start to be able to get some of the nuances that are laying under that aren't as prominent.
So the other thing that I wanted to tell you about was I talked about like I was just smoking them hot, right? And I was getting
you got to slow down on the smoking.
Yeah, so I was getting these just harsh, bitter, acidic flavors, especially in the aftermath, right?
Right.
In the cigar mouth, right? Which you said you don't even realize is a thing anymore.
No, I don't even notice.
But now, well, yeah, you don't notice because it's your normal because you smoke like
right.
4 days.
It's my normal state of affair.
Right. Like if you ever went like 2 or 3 days without smoking a cigar, you'd be like, wow, this is what it feels like to have a clean mouth with no like residual taste.
You just said my worst nightmare, going 2 or 3 days without a cigar. That's horrible.
We were talking about this in the Discord earlier today or over the weekend or the week. I've lost track of what day it is. But we were talking about it and I said like, because there were some people in there that want to get into it, but they have problems with addiction or have in the past, and they don't want to get addicted to cigars. And I was like, look, I have definitely felt the urge to smoke a cigar at weird times when I would never have had that urge before because I never smoked them before. And I definitely like, I'm just sitting around the house doing nothing. I'm like, I kind of want a cigar, but I'm not like at a point where I'm like, I have to go smoke a cigar right now at all. Like that's not a thing.
No,
I don't feel like it's a thing. Like I could literally never smoke another one, and I'd probably be fine. I would not care. Like,
the funny thing about that is I don't get that way with cigars. I joke around and say that I mean, I'm obviously in jest. I've actually gone days without a cigar, and I don't get the same way I did when I smoked cigarettes. I don't know what it is. It's still nicotine. You would think it would, but like when I smoke cigarettes, if I didn't smoke for a few hours, I would get grumpy. I'd be like, I need a fucking cigarette.
Well,
like
it's a different.
It's
method of ingestion. Like you're not.
It is a different method of ingestion, but
lungs.
it's still getting into the nicotine still getting into your system, right?
It's being absorbed, but I think it's a much lower rate, right? It's not getting absorbed straight through your lungs into your bloodstream and going straight to your brain. It's going into your tissue, and then like I think it's a much more like I don't know if filtered is the right way to put it, but I think it's a much more dumbed down way to ingest nicotine.
That could be the case, but I just
know that I'm an expert. I'm just saying,
know that if I'm busy, sometimes in the morning I won't I won't smoke until later in the day or something, and like I'm not at all concerned about it. Like I'm not bummed out. Whatever, I don't even think about it. Right, where with the cigarette, I would have found time to run outside and smoke a quick cigarette. Like it just doesn't bother me that way. Same with whiskey. Just recently I was on antibiotics. I went like 2.5 weeks without drinking whiskey. And I was like, yeah, would I've liked to have a glass? Sure. But I mean, I didn't really care. I moved on with my day.
See, I think people think I would not function well off of coffee, but I don't feel addicted to coffee. Like
I don't either. I don't get coffee headaches and stuff the way some people do.
I don't really get coffee headaches. I learned my limit a long time ago with coffee. I used to drink a shit ton of coffee, and if I didn't have coffee by like 9 or 10 a.m., I would have a raging headache. And now I can go 2 or 3 days and not have a headache. Like it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't go many days without coffee, but I don't have. It's not a craving for caffeine as much as it is. I just like the shit. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look. Is that techie or is that teach? How do you say TECHIE? Teachy or techie?
Fuck, that's techie. Jesus,
that's what I thought, but I was like, it seemed like that was too simple, right? I'm like, am I saying that wrong? Like,
I don't even see who you're talking about.
He said, Jeremy, I just got your whiskey glass yesterday, and I love it. Gonna buy at least 2 more. And see, that's my kind of guy.
Look who it is.
That's my guy. Hold on. I got to take a second to appreciate my boy Techie Steve over here that bought a glass, loves it. He's gonna buy 2 more. He ain't bitching about the price. Wow. He ain't bitching about it because he knows this is some quality shit.
Okay, Loomshot says the first time felt like hard vacuumed an ashtray through my left nostril. Retrohelling will do that shit to you really quickly because I did that the first time. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
And also burning it hot like I was. Dude, it just leaves a really bad taste in your mouth for a long time. If I smoke a cigar now, I can taste it. I smell it on my hands. I smell it on my clothes, but it's not bad. When you're smoking a cigar hot and keeping that cherry way too hot, it is a really bad smell and taste that lingers.
Yeah,
You can't get rid of it, dude. You
It
can't.
gets really acrid and bitter.
It gets up in your sinuses, and you cannot get rid of it.
What
Dude,
it
it's
does
like a day and a half before it's gone.
is it.
But do you know who that is? Loom Shot? Are you familiar with Loom Shot, Jeremy?
No, I'm not.
That's the dude that customized the Seiko for Peter.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
Okay, one, let me just say something to him while he's in here. Loom Shot. One, your video was fucking next level. Like his camera work and his shots and his cinematography and all that was, and that watch was dope as fuck. So bravo to you, sir, on your camera work and on your skills with the watch, because I was watching him do that shit and my hands would be shaking. The fucking hands would be all bent. It wouldn't work. Nothing would go right.
I have a much bigger respect for him after doing that DIY watch club video. He also says, I think it has to do with the mindset. Cigars are more for chill time and taking it slow, but cigarettes seem like an urge to replenish something quickly. Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's a really good way to put it, man. And I agree. Cause like you're not, when I was smoking cigars, I didn't smoke a cigar to like sit and like enjoy the flavor of the cigar and sip it with whiskey.
Cigarettes.
Or sorry, when I was smoking cigarettes, I wasn't like, oh, pairing cigarettes with bourbons and trying to pull out flavor notes and doing all this like relaxation. I was just going outside and fucking hotboxing one down as quick as possible. And, you know, then going back in.
And it's so funny. I was thinking about this earlier today, actually, when I was walking into the cigar loft. I'm walking in to go smoke a cigar, and there's a woman sitting outside in a chair smoking a cigarette. And I just walk by and I'm like, God, that smells so fucking bad.
Dude,
like,
it's weird too, because cigarettes hang worse than cigars.
Hello, how's it going, Vince? Vincent.
Oh, hey, buddy. Etc.
Yeah. We're getting some peeps in here. Thanks,
Hey,
man. Thanks for dropping by.
Joe Sullivan, can you see that comment? He was saying why he would like to support me on the glass. I kind of recommend something under $20 for drinking out of. A few.
I don't know where you are. I think you're way up in the chat.
I could be, man, because like I stopped it because they're going too fast and I can't. Anyways, Joe O'Sullivan is asking that he would love to support it, but he can't be dropping this much on a whiskey glass. And are there $20 whiskey glasses that I would recommend? Honestly, for rocks glasses, there's not. For just drinking neat, Glencairns are great. As you can see, I've got my whiskey glass right here. And when I settle down with one for the rest of the night, I'll pour into this. But when I'm just tasting whiskeys for the first time, there's nothing better for nosing and tasting a whiskey than a Glencairn. It's a great glass.
You can get a 4-pack of those for like $20-$25 on Amazon.
Right. And I'm actually coming out with just to kind of give some lower price point stuff for people that can't afford the expensive shit.
Look at this. Look at this. Kyle is so right. Jeremy's way. He's not even seeing this. Half of Taylor's job is to correct.
We're going to get some Glencairns.
He's not even paying it. I'm talking. He's like putting his headphones in, talking over me.
We're going to get some Glencairns. And what are you saying? Go ahead.
I'm saying Kyle knows what's up. Half of Taylor's job is to correct Jeremy's sentences. Yeah, I got a tough job over here, guys. It's
my wife does the same thing.
Thankless. Buddy. It's thankless.
Taylor is my internet wife.
Yeah, pretty much.
And just for you guys' knowledge, he's a power bottom. But anyway, I gobble cock. But to answer, if you just want to, honestly, when you're saying a good rocks glass, like most good rocks glasses do, the price goes up a little bit. But like I said, I think Glencairns are great. We're going to do like an engraved Glencairn with either the Leaf and Barrel logo, the skull logo, and then we're doing these whiskey hats that say Leaf and Barrel on them. And they're whiskey hats. So on the back, there's like a little channel so that they fit on the top of a Glen for doing tastings. And I think we're going to sell them by themselves and in a bundle for pretty inexpensive for people to get something cheaper. But that's not to say you have to buy one of mine. Any Glencairn is good. Like Taylor said, I think you can get a 4-pack of Glencairns for like $20 or $30 on Amazon. And for drinking whiskey neat, man, you can't beat these things, honestly. For tasting,
they're good.
But a rocks glass, save up and just get a nice one, man. Get you some Glencairns and save up for a nice rocks glass. It doesn't be my rocks glass. There's a lot of good ones out there. The rocks tumbler from what are those people? The one that make the fucking fancy glass, the double walled. Oh goddamn! I did it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, if it's a knife, I'd know, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking
I'm
about.
having a brain fart. But anyway, there's lots of nice rocks glasses, but a nice rocks glass is probably going to run you because usually they have big thick bottoms and there's more glass. Just save up and get a nice one. Get some Glens to get you by and save up for a nice rocks glass.
Norland. Is it Norland? Loomshot says I uploaded a custom Seiko giveaway today for anyone that wants in. Go check him out.
Dude, go check that out. I don't know if we can link it anywhere or if we should do that or what. Somebody just get shot?
This whole place just rumbled.
Was there thunder outside or something?
Holy shit. I never hear storms when I'm here because this place is like a fucking time warp.
You just did.
This whole building just rumbled. Like the floor was shaking. What the fuck? I got to look up the weather. Alex just texted me and said it's storming like crazy.
Is there a way to link Loomshot's video on here somewhere so people can click it? Is that a thing?
I can drop it in the chat.
Yeah, or drop it in the chat. Cause yeah, dude, go enter his giveaway, man. For sure. Get you a Seiko, dude. He does. See that one that he did for Pete, man? Dopeness, bro. Hot.
Giveaway build.
Hot.
His name is Eric, by the way. He mentioned that a minute ago. All right, I posted it in the chat.
There you go.
Alex just said, "Hey Taylor, come home. It's crazy storming and the power's out."
Oh shit, dude! I hope your power doesn't go out there. What if the fucking whole thing we don't have internet issues, but the if it comes to an abrupt halt, y'all, it's because power went down.
Internet, y'all.
Power went
let me
down.
look at the radar. I'll show you guys radar. I don't know if I have. Holy shit! Yeah, that would explain it. Yep, crazy storm outside. Wow.
Let's see.
Well, that would explain why my internet's been on the fritz.
Nasty smell lingers in cigarette smoke. Okay, I think I'm finally caught up with the chat. I think.
Yeah, wife's calling home. Better get going. Everybody's telling me to go home.
I mean, because it's raining.
It's a pretty heavy storm right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
See, we get hurricanes here, which y'all call heavy storms. We call an afternoon thunderstorm.
Yeah, we get hurricanes here too. What the fuck are you talking about? We're just not sticking out there like the taint of America.
You're inland a little bit though, right? You don't ever really get like the rough shit. I mean, you get some
200 miles inland.
Yes, I mean, you get some stuff, but it's not like the fucking.
We usually get just some heavy rain and some strong winds, but
yeah.
Damn. I'll put it this way. I've heard thunder in here one other time, and we had some pretty heavy storms over the summer. So I'm like tucked away deep in the middle of this warehouse, and when it's thundering loud enough for me to hear it in here and feel it rumbling, I'm on the second floor. That was a pretty
that's crazy
thunder.
That's wild. Yeah, no. I know sometimes when I'll be outside and we'll be watching a storm in the summer, and when one of those cracks like real close to you to where like you feel it in your chest and you're like, okay, it's time to go indoors. Fuck this. I'm out. Like that shit seemed a little close. I'm gone. Oh, I forgot to show you this. You guys haven't seen this. I don't know how good this is going to show up on camera.
Nice.
Dude, that is the shiniest. I think the copper is even shinier than the brass. I mean, that shit is
yeah, but give it like 2 weeks and it's gonna
give it like 2 weeks. My ass. Chad was like, we need to hurry up and post these because they're gonna patina in like 2 days before we send them out. He's like trying not to touch them, get any fingerprints or handling them with gloves and stuff so that they don't like fucking surprisingly they don't, and maybe it's because I'm up here smoking cigars and drinking, but they don't really smell that bad.
I got this knife in the mail this week and it came already black. It's copper on the handle and it was already black.
Well, dude, and that's the thing is a lot of people, I hope if they get these and they've already got some patina started on them, I hope they're not, upset, but like they're doing their best not to get any fingerprints on them so they won't patina. But like, man, it's copper. Matter of fact, when Spyderco did that copper scaled PM2, he's like, dude, we're never doing copper scales again. He goes, that was such a pain in the ass to get those out without like them, patinaing in the mail. Cause you got to handle everything with gloves because if you touch it, it's going to patina. Somebody asked if they're going to be more expensive. No, they're not going to be more expensive. They're going to be the exact same price. I'm
going to say, fuck it. I'm going to go try to find something to use as an ashtray, and I'm going to finish a cigar. It's not much more. I got my fan running. It's venting air to the outside. We'll be fine, right? We'll be fine. I'll be right back.
You'll be fine, dude.
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine. It's a big room. You'll be all right. Fuck it. Yeah, it's kind of strange that it doesn't, because normally copper has a strong smell and it doesn't smell that much. Sometimes it leaves it on your hands too. Some people asking when and price and stuff. The price is going to be exactly the same as the brass. The when, I'm thinking maybe within a week or so, we should have them. And this will be the last. We did the 2 drops of what stock we had of the brass man cards, and then we got 1 run of these done in the copper just to offer them in copper. We're going to do, when we drop these, once they're gone, and there won't be any more of these. We'll go to a version 2 of the man card at some point. We'll do a redesign and have a version 2, but this will be all of the version 1s of the man cards. They'll be done. Yeah, dude.
I swapped the clip on my PM2. Look at that shit.
Yeah, dude. Copper. Dude, did you see? Oh, it's over there. Hold on. Man, I don't normally do this.
Hang on. Vince asked, how do you get the metal smell out of metal stuff? Use micarta. That's the answer. Use micarta.
Here's the thing. Some people, it doesn't bother me. I don't think it's all that like some people are like, oh, I can't stand the smell of, copper or brass. It doesn't really bother me. I don't think there is a way to get the smell out unless you clear coat it. But then if you clear coat it, it's not going to patina.
Have you seen this glass?
I have. That's called the,
it's from, I don't know how to say it. It's a car manufacturer overseas, Pugot.
That's
Peugeot.
Keep talking.
So this is the coaster for this cup. It's a whiskey tumbler, and the coaster stays very cold because it's metal, and it's supposed to keep your whiskey cool while you drink it. I never use this glass because it's really weird. It's really weird to drink from this thing because it's shaped kind of like a Glencairn, but it's more aggressive. It's like a giant Glencairn.
That's like the one that I think the Bourbon Junkies had, and it's like one that's really popular in the tasting community. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the I can't think of it. If I heard it, I'd recognize it.
I don't know. It's cool, but I'm going to use this as a Pugot. That makes more sense. Pugot. But I'm going to use this as a small little ashtray. It's French. What do you expect? No comment.
But what I was going to say is I don't normally do this because I normally like to earn patina the hard way, right? Which is just using it, right? Like age, handling it. I usually like to just the patina to develop naturally. But I had a few of the brass man cards. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to force patina on one of them just to see what happens. I'm doing the same thing with the copper ones. I've got a couple of these, and I've got the one in patinaing right now. But I put this one in a vapor chamber with some ammonia and some white vinegar. And dude, it came out fucking, I don't know if it's going to come across on camera, but it came out awesome as hell. There's like, it got all dark, and then there's like, you probably can't see it because I have to do like a macro shot of it, but there's like green in the corners from where it's getting green. I mean, dude, it came out. I don't normally like to force patina, but I will say this motherfucker looks dope. It looks like it's been on the bottom of the ocean or something. It looks really, really cool.
It's really cool when you force patina stuff like that. You won't get that green a whole lot, especially not that intense if you let something naturally patina.
I mean, not for years, right? like maybe years, and you didn't handle it because handling rubs some of it off, right? So I really love it, dude, because down in the cracks there's like this little bit of green starting in certain areas and stuff, and it just looks dope as shit. I'm not gonna lie, I don't normally like to force it, but
it looks good. It's gonna get so fucking smoky in here. I don't have enough ventilation. Let's see what I can do with this.
Joe said he tried to order a Zippo and having some problems placing the order. I don't know, man. We haven't had any problems with people placing the order. Were you trying to do it on my website or on Exclusive's website? I don't know if the site was down at the moment. Maybe try again. I'm not sure. I haven't had anybody say they had issues. I don't know if it was the internet was going weird on your side or if the servers were down on our side temporarily or what, but no, I haven't heard anything. So I'm not sure. As far as I know, we've been getting orders every day. So it seems to be up.
Anders Snoose, not Anders in US,
Anders
but Anders
That's my
Snoose
man.
says y'all are running at 720p. We always are.
Mhm.
We always are because, well, this is what
'Cause we're
StreamYard
cheap?
offers. Yeah, because we're
Oh,
cheap.
no.
Yeah.
Well, because we could go and we may at some point try it, but it's like $50 to go to 1080p. And it's like, when you're dealing with like this format, it's like, man, is it really that big of a deal? Like I just,
half the time we're like this.
right. We're so fucking small. I mean, are you
We're
going
like
to be able to notice the difference?
480p.
Right. I mean, it's such a small screen. Are you really going to be able to see the difference between 720 and 1080? I don't know if that's worth $50. We're already paying like $20 a month just for this.
Yeah. I don't have anything like drawing this away from me. It's just like clouding right above my head with the fan on. So,
Michael, yes, I do have some leaf and barrels coming. I've been late on that. I've got the Woodford Reserve double oaked paired with a Pravada T52 that's been in the pipeline for like 6 or 8 weeks now. The Patreons voted on it quite a while back, and I just haven't gotten around to do it. I'm going to try to do that one here. I got a couple more videos I want to get out that are time sensitive because I want to get them out so that people can order stuff before the holidays, like my gift guide and stuff. And then after that, I'm gonna do that leaf and barrel this month. So yeah, there will be a leaf and barrel coming. And in the new year, I'm going to try to make sure that's on a more regular schedule.
people are saying the quality looks worse than normal. You know, I was watching a replay of one of these just check in and see how things looked, and it doesn't look great. I swear they're like running a really low bitrate 720p, which is kind of shitty.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should upgrade to the 1080 and just for a month and just see if there's a noticeable difference, then it's worth the $50. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's $25 a piece. Like, who gives a fuck, you know?
Jeremiah Daniels is out here calling me out. He said, Taylor, I need to know the story of why you haven't stained your wooden shelf back there. The exact same reason that I have not stained this desk. Laziness, man.
He's letting it naturally patina.
Yeah, natural patina is better. No, I can't say too much right now, but I am going to basically be upgrading my office pretty soon. I've been talking about this for a long time, and a lot of things have fallen through, so I'm not going to talk too much about it beforehand, but it's going to be a pretty sweet upgrade, and you're going to see a lot of new things, I think.
Kyle says Jeremy gift guide on December 26th. Fuck you, Kyle. No, I will not put it out on December 26th. It'll be December 23rd. I'm just kidding.
Right. Yeah.
No, I'm going to try to get it done within the next, I would say 4 to 5 days or so that you have it at least a good couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to get stuff ordered.
I got my gift guide out way better or way sooner than I normally do.
Dude, every year I say I'm going to get it out the last week of November, and then shit happens and it just doesn't work. See, I don't know. Some people are saying it's a potato cam. Some people are saying it's fine. There's another guy says fine here. So yeah,
I think it depends on what server they're pulling from, because it seems like it's back and forth on everything tonight. Stephen Sheehan says, Taylor, better pour Long Branch back. Also, Taylor, Port Charlotte. True. I didn't want half a glass of Long Branch. One, I wasn't enjoying it that much. It was okay. It got a little better towards the end of the glass, but also Port Charlotte is my go-to here.
Uh-oh, Taylor. Pocket dump wizard. Got one for you, Bubba.
Where we at? Update on my flashlight.
Real quick, because I know it's going to be a little bit of a... This was the Nikka coffee. I strongly recommend it. I didn't drink enough of it to get adequate flavor notes to tell you guys, but it was very good. Had a nice sweetness, had some earthiness, had a little depth, deep flavor. I enjoyed it a lot. Do a full review, something, or a leaf and barrel with it and give you guys better tasting notes. But flashlight.
Yeah. Any update on my flashlight? I got pictures this week that they've started making parts, which is a good progress update, because so far they've been like, we can't make anything work. So yeah, good update for me is that they're actually starting to make things. I have zero clue what the timeline is going to be like. So,
Dude, it's
I've
tough.
not gotten a prototype. I've not gotten any info. I just know that they've started at least making some parts that they know that they can make.
All right, we're going up the scale. Now we're going to another Nikka product. This one's 51.4. This is that weird one. This is the Nikka whiskey from the barrel. So it's basically the I gotta get my face out of the shot, or it wants to focus on my face. Very strange bottle, but this, like I said, won some awards or something recently, and it beat out a lot of bourbons and stuff. So man, this is gonna be hard to fucking pour from because there's like no neck on this bottle. It's like a square bottle with like a fucking opening at the top. Like, how am I not gonna? Yeah, how are you not supposed to spill that? Like, what the
kind of like this?
Yeah, like
This at least has a little neck on it.
Hold on.
But they're both medicine bottles, basically.
Yeah, dude, I just spilled that shit.
I mean, look, if you turn the Port Charlotte bottle around, it literally looks like medicine.
Oh, it for sure does. I think that bottle was probably I put it in the wrong fucking whiskey glass too.
One fucking whiskey glass.
Hey, that is fucking racist. Just because I'm drinking Japanese whiskey doesn't mean you have to go
You
off.
said it. I was just repeating you.
Taylor, you're racist. Just so people know.
Hey, Michael Gonzalez has a good point.
What's that?
If there's no neck on the bottle, you can't have a neck pour.
I mean, that's a fucking valid observation, my friend. You definitely can't have a neck pour. I will say that
You
was
have to aim. You have to aim like.
Yeah, you got to pour that shit from like a fucking 2 foot up and do a long pour on it. We'll see what this shit's all about though. And then the last one I'm going to drink tonight, I'm putting in the main glass because it was the one I was most excited about. This last one, I've been looking for this bottle in my area for probably 2 years.
It's Evan Williams. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Evan Williams bottle and bond. $19 bottle. I've been looking for this. I've had it before and I fucking loved it. And I've been looking for it for probably 2 years. And this is the first time I've seen a bottle in my area. So I was like, give me that. We'll see it in just a few. Keep you guys in anticipation.
Yeah. So the way you're going to have to pour, I guess you did already pour it, but put the glass to the neck and then turn the whole thing together.
Dude, it's super fucking like you have to like do some kind of, I don't know. You'd have to do some tomfoolery.
No, you put the glass up, like turn your glass sideways, put it up to the bottle and turn the whole thing
like,
together.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what after you get it out of the top a little bit, it might. I don't know.
It'll be fine. It's like a bottle of motor oil. David Robertson.
David, you can go fuck yourself.
I'm not even joking. I almost just went and got a 6-pack or 8-pack or whatever they are of Truly just for tonight.
David says Truly, Fireball, it's Jack Apple, all the things that I would never ever. No, Blanton's, no. I normally like to drink coffee. Coffee. I want that caffeine, baby. And I know this is going to sound super like bouge, but I can't disagree. I enjoy a good Truly if it's within your wheelhouse and it's something you can, you got the budget for it. I hate you, Taylor.
You're welcome for that. No, you don't. Don't even play like you do.
Blanton's. I do think everybody should have a bottle of Blanton's in their collection. I think Blanton's is a decent whiskey. I enjoy it. I have a bottle of Blanton's. I pour it occasionally. It's just really overhyped, right? Because the bottle's so cool and stuff. I mean, I think you can see the bottle. Can you see the bottle? No. Can you see it?
Yeah. I see the horses.
Where is it? Is it?
There's multiples.
No, there's only one. It might be on the shelf.
Yeah, it's a shelf up then.
I can't fucking tell.
This thing already went out. What the fuck?
It's this potato cam.
We can go out. I think you can see it if we go out. Nope.
Mm-mm.
This thing already went out. What the?
Thank you, David Littlefield. Thank you.
What did he say?
He said he hates that Truly even exists. I do too.
You've never even had it.
No.
I bet Jeremy tries it. I bet Jeremy tries it and loves it. This thing is awesome, by the way, but I dropped it and it's not worked properly ever since I dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. See? Gotta turn it down.
I don't really need reading glasses. Somebody said I need reading glasses. I don't fully. I mean, I'm getting to the age where I might. Usually, me reading the chat is a problem because I have to keep the computer far enough away so that it's not in the shot and kind of like in the way that it's. I mean, it's just far away. I don't know that anybody could read that shit really well. But I have noticed as I've gotten older, I can't see stuff super close up as well. I've got to I can't look real close. I've got to kind of. But it's also hard, and I don't think a lot of people that haven't been on camera always. It's kind of hard to read stuff sometimes because I've got this bright ass light like shining in my face. And so it's kind of hard to stuff gets a glare and weird on it sometimes.
Yeah, it's not drawing the smoke away from me, so it's just kind of lingering.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying you should probably purge that lighter. That's a real thing. You do have to purge lighters occasionally.
No, I did. I purged it and refilled it. Yeah, somebody said put a live chat up on a monitor, or not a monitor. Well, an iPad. Somebody else said something about a monitor. Jeremy doesn't have an iPad.
I do, but it's an iPad mini. Although I did take your advice and I started using that to control all my Edelkrone stuff instead of my phone, and it is way nicer. Plus, everything's bigger, so it's easier to push all the buttons and stuff. So it's nice.
Yeah, iPad is worth it for just the Edelkrone. Which is why the Edelkrone is such a shitty investment, because every time you get something, you're like, shit, now I need like another $600 thing just to make it work. But I love it, but I hate it.
That's good. I will say, in comparison to the other two I've had so far tonight, I do not like this as much as those other two. But
now, which one was that one again? I remember the bottle, but I don't remember what it was called.
It's called Nikka whiskey from the barrel.
Oh, okay.
And it might be one that as it opens up, it gets better because this one's a little stronger. So the neck pour, non-neck pour, I know it's the non-neck pour, I guess, because there's really no neck, but it's still, the bottle needs to open up. I feel like this might be one that as it opens up, gets better.
People are telling me to get Prometheus lighter or a different lighter. I have this as well, which is a butane torch Zippo, but Jeremy never sent me his. No, you never sent me one.
Jeremy, my dick. Chad.
What?
I don't have any of these here. Chad sends them out.
Well, I'm just saying I don't have one.
No, I'll make sure, because he's sending a box out to Peter for me, and I'll make sure he sends you out a box with a couple of the things we've dropped lately. I can't send you an ashtray because there's none.
Yeah, those things went quick.
Yeah, but
no, yours is a double torch, right? A double flame.
Definitely send you a Zippo and a glass. Yeah, it's a double torch. It comes with a normal Zippo insert, and then it comes with a double torch in there.
So I have a single.
Singles
and this is
really
a Thunderbird. This is a Thunderbird, not a. It's not a Zippo insert. It's a Thunderbird insert.
I like the Zippo inserts because of this. They're guaranteed. And see, that's why I went with the Zippo instead of trying to figure out a way to include a Thunderbird insert, because
I mean, there's no point for a Thunderbird now.
Well, it's an overseas, Chinese company. I don't think they have a warranty. Zippo, the case is lifetime warranty, and the insert, I think, has either a year or 2-year warranty, which isn't crazy long, but the inserts are only like $15. So if it lasts a year or two, and if it breaks, they'll replace it. If they don't, after 2 years, you get a new one.
$15.
It's $15, but they at least, it's an American company, and they stand behind their stuff. Where you get a Thunderbird, it's a Japanese or a Chinese company. Good luck trying to figure out how that refund policy works with collecting warranty, or if they even have a warranty.
Yeah, but they're still just $15 though. You do go through a shit ton of butane with these though, for cigars.
Maybe I'll do that. Somebody said maybe give away one of these pre-patinaed man cards. Maybe I'll do that. I'll patina up another one, because I've got a couple laying around. Because when we launched them, Chad had sent me 3 or 4 of them, so I could have plenty for photos and stuff. Maybe I'll patina up another one, and it won't come quite as nice as when Chad packages with all the stuff, because it'll be coming from me, and I've already taken it out of all the packaging. But
it'll be wrapped in fucking newspaper and rubber bands. I know how Jeremy packs things up.
But it'll be one that I patinaed with my own loving little hands. So, yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll patina one up. And then
he told you he patinaed them one way, but we know what he did, really. He put that shit up in his gooch and walked around for like 30 minutes.
Put it right up in the grundle. Put it up in the grundle. I went on a jog, and it was the sweat. The salt from the sweat is what patinaed it. That actually will work. Not the grundle, but the salt.
Oh, I know it'll work. Trust me. I know it'll work.
Yeah, I like this. This is a little bit more complex, though. I'm gonna have to sit with this one to really. This reminds me a little more of bourbon than some of the other ones, even though I'm pretty sure it's a malt situation, because I think most Nikka stuff is. There's not a lot of information on this. I'll have to do some research on this and find out what exactly is in here, because all it says is Nikka whiskey from the barrel, and then the rest of it's in Japanese. So I have no idea what that says. But it's good. I do like the coffee better and the Balvenie Doublewood better. But
yeah, my two new picks tonight, the Akintoshin was pretty good. I might actually come back to it. I may not be able to taste it after the Port Charlotte, so maybe not. Long Branch is going to be one of those that this bottle is going to last a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was just one of those that was on sale, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try, but
I'm not going to lie. Actually, that last sip, I got some smoke in there. That was pretty nice. John C. Jeremy is all talk. What do you mean I'm all talk? I don't understand what you mean by that.
You do talk a lot.
I do talk a lot. But what do you mean, John C? You trying to talk shit?
I agree, William. He says that Copper Man card sure would look nice with a Truly opener on it. I love you guys. I really do. I really love you guys. I was thinking about this the other day. I was wondering, how long is it going to be before Jeremy is just through with my shit? Like another week, 6 months, 2 years? I don't know. I truly don't know. Man. I truly
I see what you did. That was dad. Come on, that was a dad pun. I mean, I like it because I like puns, but I don't know, man. I got pretty thick skin. I've been doing social media for a while now. And you know, because you have done it for quite a while, even longer than me. When you do this for a living, and there's a lot of haters out there that like to talk shit, you develop a pretty thick skin. And I take everything with a grain of salt, man. So not much people say really bothers me.
Instacop of the man card came in as Zerk. Hell yeah, dude. Zirconium man card. Now that's a true man card.
I mean, how much would that be?
If I were to guess that much Zerk, I bet you'd have to sell them for $600.
Yeah. See, well, and that's somebody had asked me one time, those man cards are 5 ounces. Okay. They're solid. They're thick. They're heavy. And somebody's like, is that gold? And I'm like, dude, do you know how much a 5-ounce bar of fucking gold would cost? I'm selling these things for $75. The raw material on 5 ounces of gold would be like 10 grand.
Yeah, for real.
Like, no, it's not gold. It's not gold. I mean,
shit, like 5 silver ones.
That key that Peter sold was gold plated. And I mean, I think he had to sell that thing for like, I think it was like $250. Yeah. Cause I mean, just gold's expensive as shit, man.
Got to collab with Tale of Knives to bring a hip mount man card holder.
Hip mount.
Taylor, can Jeremy pull some strings and with Brian and get you into Pravada Cigar Club to broaden your cigar horizons? I'd love that. That'd be great. Jeremy, pull some strings.
I do believe I could probably do that. I don't want to overstep my bounds though, because I don't know what capacity Brian has. I'm assuming one extra membership would not crush him. It is closed. He's not taking any more, but I think I'll talk to him and see. I tell you, a good suggestion for anybody though that's on here. Somebody had asked me earlier, and I don't remember if I got to it because, well, the chat goes fast and we answer a lot of questions and stuff. But somebody had said, "What's a good cigar club to get in that isn't waitlisted, that's open?" My suggestion would be, get on Farm Rolled for Pravada. It's non-banded cigars, but they're all from factories that like he does business with, and they're just the non-banded like extras and stuff that they've had from runs and whatnot. and it's cheaper. It's a good way to get a nice little assortment of cigars every month and try different stuff. And then that puts you on the wait list so that when Pravada gets a spot open, you'll get emailed when there's a spot and you can get in the normal. Luxury Cigar Club is also another great cigar club that I do reviews on regularly because I like those guys. Their Palladium is open, and I think they're just opening up. And Man Card made a best. This is the way, my boy. This is the way.
Is that some Pokemon shit? I don't know what that is.
That is that, dude. And somebody asked this earlier also. Somebody asked this earlier also. Did I watch the episode today? Yes, I did. And I don't want to say too much because I don't know if everybody hasn't seen it yet. But hot damn, I thought last week's episode was awesome. And I didn't think they would top it. And fuck, man, I don't know if I'd say this episode topped it, but this episode was easily as good as last week's episode. It was fucking great. Boba, I almost fucking ruined some shit. I won't say anything else. I don't want to spoil it because it just came out today and a lot of folks might not have had a chance to see it yet.
Taylor, you should make your own man card out of recycled Truly cans and send a few to Jared.
What you need to do is make a Damascus out of, because Damascus is just folded metal, right? They just fold it and smush it, fold it. So you need to make a Damascus out of Truly cans and then fashion it into.
I don't know if that would work too well with aluminum. Someone said I should do the farm rolled. I'd be okay with that. I don't care about banded.
Yeah, it's like $20 a month. It's really good.
How much?
$20 a month.
Oh, that's nothing.
No,
Give me on that shit.
I think you get like 4 or 5 cigars in there.
Yeah, that's all I need, dude. That's like a month's worth of cigars for me anyway. I smoke like one a week. Okay, this week is different. This week is different because I took a week off and I've just been chilling, and I think I've had like 4 cigars this week. But normally,
Scott says no spoilers. I'm on the way home. See, that's why I didn't say it. I almost did. I almost fucked up. But yeah, I won't spoil it. You know, by the way, Beskar looks like Damascus. Like in the show when they have the blocks of Beskar, it's got like waves and shit in it, kind of like Damascus. And this is the one. This is the one, by the way. Oh, this is the one, by the way.
That's not the normal Michter's rye, is it?
Oh no.
That is right there. That's normal Michter's rye.
This is the Michter's.
Dude, it's getting so smoky in here.
This is the Michter's barrel strength toasted barrel finish rye.
Oh yeah, you showed me that earlier.
And this is
to your left. To your left. To your left. There you go.
Oh, this way.
Left, not right.
There we go. And dude, somebody had sent me a sample of this stuff, and I was like, "Oh my god, that shit is fucking unicorn tears!" Like it is excellent. And I've been looking for a bottle forever, and I've never seen a bottle in my area. And I probably paid at least $50 more than I should have for this because it was at least 50 over retail. But being how hard it is to get, I felt like that wasn't horrible. So I got it. But yeah, I fucking love this stuff. Barrel strength toasted barrel rye. It is delicious. Oh God. See what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, dude. This stuff is, dude, it's so good. I'm gonna let that open up just for a minute, but I'm excited about that one.
Travis Branham says, the more I drink this Ardbeg, the more I'm really liking it.
Dude, that's what happens with the welcome to the cult of, well, the cult of Ardbeg. Ardbeg is a thing, but I think just the cult of
Isla scotches are the best scotches. Just saying. Smiling Beard says, Taylor, when are we Rocket Leaguing? Dude, I play all the time. I actually haven't played this week because I've been playing the Outer Worlds. I wanted to switch it up. Got a controller for my Switch, and I've been playing the Outer Worlds while everybody else is asleep at home. But yeah, dude, it's getting so smoky in here. Like,
is it just from that one little cigar?
It's a small room, dude. It's not as small as your room, but the fan. So I'm using my AC unit. It only turns on when it gets cold enough. That's when it vents, and it's not venting enough.
Well, go crank on your AC. Hold on, I saw a couple comments. What Michter's is pricey it's good. Somebody said he heard Michter's is really good. Yes, it is, dude. It's excellent. I love it. Somebody had said something else that I wanted to say. Taylor, somebody said
open the door. Let me open the door. That'll probably be better. Hang on.
Yeah, go for it. I'm looking some Orphan Barrels worth the price or all hype. I haven't tried a lot of Orphan Barrels, so I wouldn't want to give you too much information on that. Dan and Sean would have better information on whether it's worth it or not. I don't like to talk on shit that I don't really know that much about, so I can't answer that one, unfortunately. It was hit him in the groin with the banjo. Said, I've heard the Michter's is a shit. Dude, it is. It's probably one of my favorite Michter's, and that's saying a lot because I like Michter's in general, but this is one of my favorites. I really, really like it. There was another one that I saw in here. Yeah, that Michter's is pricey if you can get it, and I paid quite a bit for it, but like I said, I've been looking for it for a couple years, so I was like, fuck it. What other Japanese bottles did you have? There was a couple. I had
Somebody said, "Don't open the door. It's storming." I'm in the middle of a warehouse. Like, I'm fine.
The Nikka coffee was one of the Japanese whiskeys that I had, and the other one was the Nikka whiskey from the barrel, which is like that dude right there. Those are the two. Somebody just asked which the Japanese whiskeys for. Cult activated. That's the truth, brother. Once you get on the Isla, it's a thing. Campbelltown scotches are great too. Springbank, yes, I got a Springbank. That's the one I have back there that Scotch Malt Whiskey sent me. It's a single barrel, 27-year Springbank, and that motherfucker is glorious, man. It's like a 27-year single barrel Springbank.
It's also like a $950 bottle, wasn't it?
I think it was like between $750 and $850. I can't remember. I didn't.
Luckily, I don't smoke or drink. Why am I here? Because you love us. That's why.
Because
that is exactly why.
because you are the man. That's why.
You're here for the taint fan. The taint fan is currently on and is pointing out the door.
Did you enjoy 1792? Haven't looked at it, but someone said it made by the makers of Blanton's. I don't know if it's made by the people that make Blanton's or not. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's made by Blanton's. It depends. 1792, they make a bunch of them. It's not just one, right? Like they make a foolproof, they make a bottled and bond, they have store picks. There's a ton of different. I have found that I like the bottled and bonds a lot. They're really good. I have a store pick foolproof that I'm not a huge fan of. It's okay. But some of them are really good. 1792, some of them are really, really good. Some of them are okay. None of them are bad, but some of them are okay. Some of them are really good. Yeah, see, he was saying he thinks it's the bib. I think the bib is the best one. I think the 1792 bottle and bond is probably the best of the 1792s personally. But tastes are subjective, man. You might like another one. I believe 1790 is not from Blanton's. A different. Yeah, I don't think it is either. I didn't want to say for sure and be saying it wrong, but I don't think it is made by Blanton, because Blanton's is made by Buffalo Trace. That's made over at the Buffalo Trace people, and I'm almost positive they do not make 1792. I could be wrong. I think 1792 is. Fuck, I don't want to speak out of line and say the wrong thing, but I'm almost positive it's not made by Buffalo Trace. Sazerac, yeah, it's Buffalo Trace Sazerac. I don't think.
I wanted to follow up the Port Charlotte with just a tiny bit of Wee Beastie.
Oh, there it is, baby. Cultivar bag. Come on with your come on. Taylor Chris Clark says
I've not actually had a whole lot of whiskey, guys. I poured back most of that Long Branch. That Long Branch was like, it was about that much. That was enough to really get me going, but no, I poured it back.
Oh God, see, dude, this stuff, it's so good. I'm going to have to send you a sample. Oh, we're probably going to have to move our Bourbon Junkies thing back a week because nobody sent any samples yet. Me and Dan were talking today, and he was like, oh shit, that's next week. And I'm like, yeah. I said, I think we're going to have to push it back a week though, because I haven't sent any samples out, neither of you guys. So I don't think we can get all the samples to everybody in time. So we might have to get the samples sent out this week and push them to the following week.
I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah. I forgot about it because I've been so busy. I was talking to Dan today. It came up and I was like, oh fuck, we haven't done that.
Lagavulin tattoo when we reach 1,000. Definitely do a tattoo. I don't know if I'm going to do Lagavulin, but I was thinking about it, about where I'd want a tattoo, and I would want it right here.
I think you should get your, you know what you could get, dude? Honestly?
I want to get something that's visible, because I think it's a cop out to get a tattoo like somewhere that nobody else can see it. Like right here, that makes sense.
I don't like
forearm.
I don't like getting tattoos in visible places.
I want a forearm tattoo. I got a lot of forearm to tattoo. Look at that shit.
I don't like getting tattoos in places where people can see them.
look at that. There's a whole lot of forearm to tattoo,
That's
dude.
a fucking ham hock, dude. That's the most people's calf.
Seriously, actually, one of my old friends, we were joking one night.
Your kids.
What?
Get something related to your kids. Or
I probably will. But back when I had a friend who was just scrawny little Indian dude, tiny. I mean, like maybe 110 pounds, and he's like 6 feet tall. And what happened to Jeremy Cyrus? Nipple to nipple.
Yeah, man, what the fuck?
That was a joke, and Jeremy Cyrus does not deserve a nipple to nipple tattoo on my chest. Huge dick on the forearm. Yes. No, but my friend, I was like, dude, we were talking about like pant size and shit, and I'm like, dude, I bet your waist size is smaller than my thigh. Like, I guarantee it. I measured my thigh. I had one of those little flexible tape measures,
right, like cloth tape measures, where
his waist size is 28. My thighs are 28 inches. Like,
guy.
I got some huge thighs. Yeah, the fan blowing out the door is helping. Ham hock tat on the ham hock for an arm. You guys are bad influences.
Talk amongst yourselves. Just give me a minute.
Get a little taint fan on your taint. Fan tat on your taint. Yes.
That's gotta be one of my
First tattoo is going to be on my taint. Hell no.
That has got to be. Oh my God, no. First off, your tattoo artist is not going to be a fan if you come in there and tell him you want a tattoo on your taint. He's going to be like, dude, there's going to be an extra charge on that because I don't want to get up in your taint. Secondly, that would hurt like a motherfucker.
Your NC outline on your hat would look good on the forearm. So it's so funny you say that because I wear this hat because it's easy to find and buy. And I go through a lot of hats, right? You can see a little sweat outline. I get hot and sweaty when I'm running around here moving equipment or whatever. And I ruin a hat in like a month, 2 months. And I just know that I can get these easily. And I like Richardson. What is it?
Richardson
112 style hats.
Yeah, 112.
That's the hat I like. Is a Richardson 112.
Good hat,
so
man.
It's what Jeremy's wearing. It's what I wear all the time. And it just so happens that it has a leather patch with a North Carolina on it. I have never felt any kind of pride for a team or a state or a country or anything really. Like I live in North Carolina. I was raised here. Okay, so what? Like, it's a state. I live in United States. I was raised here. Whatever. Like, am I proud to be an American? Fine, sure. I just don't have any pride. I've never had team pride or anything like that. So North Carolina is just on the hat because I live in North Carolina and these hats are easy to find. But Richardson 112 hats are why I buy this, not because of the North Carolina.
Hit him in the groin with the banjo had a good idea.
Oh God.
Lost the comment.
He's always got good ideas.
I can't find the comment now. The comments like move and then I lose them. He basically said to get a big dick tattooed on your forearm.
I said that earlier when you stepped away.
I'm actually
get a truly tat for Jeremy. No, Jeremy needs a truly tat.
I need to start working on this forearm soon. That's what I want to go and see my guy and start working on that forearm a little bit.
Get a Zerk hat, won't break. What a troll.
Zerk hat. Zerk, man, that's a popular thing. It's expensive.
Shadow Rider, thanks a lot, Taylor, because you bought a Roke sheath and then a second Guardian to go with it, of course. Dude, they're good. You're going to be really happy with it, I promise. Such a good sheath for the knife.
Richardson 112s for the win. Chris Clark said Richardson 112s. They're good.
Also, best MEDC logo hats. Like, am I late to that? I don't know what you mean exactly, but they're going to be coming out soon. I've got carry commission hats, which I personally like better than the best MEDC hats, but I have best MEDC hats coming and a whole new line of shirts, all new shirts. They're coming soon. They should have already been available, but they're not yet.
Do you this is a question. Somebody said, any chance of, ask me, is there any chance of me coming out with non-trucker hats? I don't ever wear non-trucker hats. Or do you have any non-trucker hats on your site? Or would you ever release a non-trucker? I mean, I guess just because I don't wear them doesn't mean I shouldn't release them. But normally I release stuff that like I can try out and make sure I like it and it's good and like I endorse it, so to speak, right? And I don't wear non-trucker hats, so I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I know other people wear non-trucker hat. They're just so nice, man, because they're breathable. They don't make your head so fucking hot because they're vented in the back. And
the only non-trucker that I think I've ever really worn with any kind of I don't even know what you call it, consistency would be that Blade HQ hat that you didn't ever wear because it was a dad hat.
Yeah.
I like that hat because it had no button on the top, no button, and it was Velcro on the back, and that was just a super comfy hat. But it was also a trucker. It was still a trucker.
I hope I remember it in there.
It was a dad hat, but it was a trucker. It was a mesh back.
I just like mesh back hats, man. I like trucker hats. I don't know what it is about them. I think it's the fact that they're breathable and they got a little bit of a bill on them. I mean,
let me clarify. These are not truckers.
The Richardson 112s.
They're not truckers.
What are they called? Just
mesh backs. A trucker hat is like puffy foam up front.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think
these aren't truckers. These are just mesh backs. I don't like trucker hats.
Yeah, I think you're right. The trucker hat and the trucker hats usually have a much higher profile, right?
Yeah, they're like
super tall,
straight. These kind of slant back a little bit.
Yeah, these have got a little.
Trucker hats are straight up. I don't have it now, but that hat I got from Printful. Do you remember that gray one that I had with the Carry Commission logo? That was more like a trucker hat, dude. It was tall.
Oh, the one that every time you wore, you were like, dude, I can't deal with this hat.
I can't wear it. It was tall and yeah.
He said, check out the 7-panel mesh back. Very slick. I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll see if the guys at Bunker offer it. I just love the Richardsons, man.
Yeah, the Richardson 112 is the hat.
It's a good hat, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's a solid. It's the right profile because it's got enough height in the front that it doesn't look like a dad hat, but it's not so much height that it looks like ridiculous. And it's
right now I feel a little redneck because I'm letting my hair grow. I got this kind of scraggly beard. Like I need to either have a haircut or cut my beard off until one of them is longer. Right? Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
What that first part of your sentence should never come out of your mouth.
What? I look like a redneck?
No, cut your beard off like that.
Alex was begging me to shave the other night.
No, dude. No.
She's so tired of the beard.
No. I'm sorry if the weight of manhood is too much for you to bear. That's what I'd say every time somebody says they cut their beard. I'm like, well, hey.
Somebody told me to cut my beard because it's looking a little rough.
Well, dude, I don't care how thick your beard is or whatever. When you're growing a beard out, there's always a bit of a stage you go through where shit's a little ratty. Like it goes through a stage. Everybody's does.
Are you growing that Bob Seger look? Yeah, look at this, dude. I got I definitely have a little Bob Seger going on right now.
Hey, man, let it go. I've just been cutting my hair on the sides and letting the top grow, trying to get some length on the top. And it looks crazy as fuck right now, but I don't really care. I care.
Taylor said he's tired of the beard. No, I said Alex is tired of the beard, but also you guys have been trying to get me to turn in my man card for a long time. Ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen, guys. Not gonna happen.
You got to keep at least a little bit of beard. I'm not upset with you unless you have a job where you have to shave. Police officer, firefighter, like all those people, you can't give those guys shit for not having a beard because, you can't. That's their profession. Military, whatever. But other than that, fucking have a beard, man.
Somebody also said I got the redneck look going on because I have the flannel. That might add to it. I look like a farm guy right now, but I'm a little too soft and pudgy for a farm guy. So
flannel definitely steps up the redneck look a little bit.
Yeah.
Whiskey Knife Fight merch. Yeah, I think we'll have some of that coming in the new year. We got to get like the tax situation squared away before we do. That's why we haven't monetized this channel yet, and why we haven't done any merch yet. Because with it being a partnership, we have to get like a partnership legally done so that the taxation, all the taxes are squared away and stuff. And we just haven't had time to do that. But going into 2021, we'll probably get all that squared away so we can do some of that stuff.
Farmer E. Dude, I love Farmer E.
See, one more reason, by the way, why Canadians are doing it right. I'm in Canadian military. We don't have to shave anymore.
Nice.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Chris Clark mentioned Farmer E. Dude, I love Farmer E. I wish we could get him on the podcast, but he's in Norway. So,
yeah, that's the guy that does some of the knife reviews and stuff.
But our 8 p.m. for him is like 2 or 3 or 4 a.m. for him. So it's rough.
That's
our
awesome.
8 p.m. for us is like 3 or 4 a.m. for him. Sorry.
That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's funny. I don't know why the military makes everybody shave the way they do, because I don't like Navy SEALs don't shave. Those motherfuckers, half of them got beards.
You about made me choke on that shit. Taylor the cable guy. And then somebody said Chris Stapleton doppelganger. Somebody said earlier Luke Combs. I get all of them all the time.
Grow your beard longer to be a Chris Stapleton. You got to have
That's
longer.
That's what he's saying. 2022. That's what he's saying. 2022. I'll be a Chris Stapleton doppelganger. I don't get that I look like Seth Rogen, but I get that I sound like him a lot. So many people tell me I sound like Seth Rogen.
I could get that.
Yeah, it's the nasally little Kermit voice. More like a plumber look to me. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. I'm in this weird rough state. Like I want to grow my hair out a little longer, but look at this. If I do this, if I don't push my hair back, I did this before we went on live. Like, look at this. My hair is like.
That's a good look with it poking out under the hat like that. Just
dude, I hate it. I slick it back as best I can.
With a fucking beard on or with a hat on.
That's I gotta slick it back and push it back. But dude, on the back, look how curly it is. I hate it.
Hey, just let it grow. That's what I say.
Taylor say I'm a Mario. No, I'm not doing it.
That's the Clark says that, or Chris Clark says that's the quintessential COVID look. And it is, dude. Everybody got a little rough. We put on 15 pounds. We all got a little unkempt. Like it's the thing.
Taylor's starting to look like Mando without the helmet. I never got to the point in the show if he does remove the helmet. I don't know.
He did it in like the fucking 3rd episode, dude. No, it wasn't the 3rd episode. I think it was the last episode of the 1st season.
Well, he took the helmet off. The funniest thing for me, I just rolled my eyes so hard because he said he never takes the helmet off. And then the girl he was talking to, whoever, and in that little village in the 1st season, she walks out and he's standing in the window like 10 feet from a whole bunch of people outside, and he takes the helmet off in the window. And I'm just like,
yeah, but it's like he's in the dark, man. You know how it is when it's bright outside and you're in the dark, you can't see in.
It's dumb.
It's all good, bro. This is the way. Thank you, Wolfgang. This is the way. Somebody had said that just because I was curious, and somebody had said they thought that our military did it because of gas masks. But my only rebuttal to that is almost all special forces guys have beards. And then somebody else did comment that, yeah, all special operators and special forces have beard. So I mean, I get when you're going through boot camp and you got to go in the gas chamber and all that, you got to wear a mask and during that, but like after you're out of your boot camp, like Navy SEAL, those guys go into some of the worst fucking situations known to man, and those guys have beards. So I don't get why. I don't know if that's like an old thing that they just stuck to because that was just the tradition that you got to stay clean shaven to be in the military, and they're like stick to it or what. But I don't know. I don't get that. I know firemen because they go in fires and their respirators won't get a good seal and they'll fucking die. But I don't know about the military.
Thor, you and me both. I'm looking like Fat Thor from the last Avengers movie. I never saw it, but I saw screenshots of that, and I feel you, dude. Dude, I'm feeling way heavy for how I should feel right now. I should not feel as heavy as I do. I gotta get on the. So here's actually a good thing. So that perspective office I told you about before we went live. Guess what's next door? There's 2 things that are gonna change everything for me. Are you going to guess?
2 things are going to change when you move. Like, are you talking personally or like your
Okay.
We've been talking about
Next
some
door,
subject. I want to
next
narrow it
door
down.
will be a gym.
Oh, you're going to get in better shape?
There's going to be a gym literally like 40, 50 feet from where my office will be. Second,
Here's the thing. I've got a gym in my garage, bitch, and I still don't get out there to it as much as I should. So close proximity to a gym does not always mean you're going to do it. You gotta stick to it, which is the hard thing to do sometimes when you get super, super busy.
no, this gym is more like a little, not personal, but like private. It's not like a Gold's Gym or something like that.
Yeah, mine's private.
No.
It's my garage.
No, I know, but my biggest gripe with a gym, I hate big gyms. Something that's small like that, I might actually go to. We'll see. But
I mean, I hope you do, man, because I tell you, and I
need to get in shape. I know I do. I've been talking about this for a long time. But the other thing, dude, I'm so pumped about this. It's a company that can print fabric. Any design I want on the fabric.
I don't understand what you mean. Why would you need printed fabric?
Dude, custom hanks.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, so the problem I have is I did these hanks.
By the way, there's going to be some overlap in your Christmas gift guide and mine because
Dude, that's fine. It's fine.
A couple of things you mentioned, I was like, yeah, dude, I already had that on my list. Like the Hanks is one of them, dude.
It's okay. Just use my affiliate link, you know.
I
did these.
Mighty Hanks.
I did these Topo Hanks.
Hold on, wait. What, do you think I've got mine?
Oh, I know you do. I know you do.
Dude, it's always in my back pocket, bro. I'm telling you, people think I'm bullshitting. Like, when have you ever caught me without that in my back pocket? Never.
You've consistently carried it.
Dude, I love it. It's one of my favorite pieces of EDC.
But for me, so I did these, and Mighty Hanks did do some Topo Hanks after that. This was supposed to be a Carry Commission exclusive. And, you know, fine. She saw that they were popular. I didn't do another run right away. She did some Topo Hanks, whatever. And then other people did Topo Hanks. And then other people did Topo Hanks. And other people did Topo Hanks. And I'm obviously not claiming that I'm the first to do Topo anything.
Right.
It just felt a little, I don't know. It left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. So now.
Sorry, I don't want to lose this one. Okay, go ahead.
Now what I can do is print my own fabric, design whatever pattern or anything I want on the fabric,
and have her make them.
And nobody can copy that fabric because I will be the one that created that fabric.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool. I'm super pumped about that. And their brand is really sick. Yeah, I'll be happy to connect you with them. But actually, before we go any further, Vince asked, what do you use Hanks for?
That was the one I wanted you to click on.
Serious question requires serious answer. Look at the backside. That's microfiber. So this side, if you really need to, you could blow your nose or whatever into it. But this side is the side I use.
Gross, dude. I'm not blowing my nose into it, Hank. I've never understood that. Like, get it.
So lenses, sunglasses, eyeglasses, tablet screens, phone screens, whatever. You just wipe it with this. That's what I use this for. Mostly camera lenses.
I use it for camera lenses, and so if I don't have my contacts in, I have on glasses. And then when I do have my contacts in, I wear sunglasses. So I use that thing it is the best thing I've ever had for sunglasses, glasses, and lenses on cameras, and like your phone screen, anything that's glass and you need to get smudges off of. It is my probably most used piece of EDC. I use it every single day, several times.
Also this wiping down the watch crystal for sure.
I do that several times a day though.
But for me, the biggest one is probably wiping down the iPad. Dude, the iPad screen gets so gross. And since I have it here, you can probably see it.
You think yours are bad. You should have kids with iPads. Dude, those things are goddamn.
I wipe it off like once or twice a day. And it still looks like this. Look at those fingerprints.
It's
gross.
My kids' iPads, I'm serious. It looks like
Eleanor has a tablet, and it's
bad.
Disgusting. She like wipes hummus and shit on that thing.
It's so fucking gross. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck did you get on this? Seriously. My God. Yeah, but the Hanks are great. And here's the thing. I think that they accidentally did something with these. Maybe it was on purpose, but a lot of times I've carried just normal microfiber cloths before, right? For wiping off lenses and glasses or whatever. But the oils from your hands very quickly get them oily And then when you wipe your glasses or you wipe whatever, it gets smeary, right? Like it doesn't clean as well.
Fucking Chris.
Because this
Hanks
is
are for glass and ass.
glass and ass, baby. But because
Oh,
this is
God,
two
I'm out.
layers, because this is 2 layers, right? Like this is 2 separate layers that are stitched together, and you've got this fabric on the outside. I feel like your oils from your hands don't get through to the microfiber. So, dude, this thing goes months without me having to wash it. Where
Yeah.
normal microfiber, I'm always having to wash because it gets oily from your hands. So I don't know if that was an intentional design or if they just wanted to be able to put fabric on the back to do different designs, and just so happens it also works well as a barrier.
No, what happened was they were making normal Hanks, just cotton on both sides.
Uh-huh.
And then they were like, ooh, what if I used microfiber on the other side? And that's where that came from. So it wasn't really they didn't think that through. It just kind of happened.
Dude, it's a fucking revelation. And I know it seems like something silly and small, but it's really
Wow, Josh, when you feeling frisky, they can catch your seed as well.
Josh, that is aggressive, my friend. That is aggressive.
My Hanks do not. Just saying.
Will not put any seed of any nature in my Hank because, well, then I keep it in my back pocket. Then you're gonna have dried jizz in your back pocket. That's just gross.
That won't be a first for you. Downpour stopping.
That's what belly buttons are for.
I should have shown you this radar. This is what was going on in here before. Look at this storm from just earlier. This is intense.
That's a good one. It's like, everybody's like jizz free. Hey, you totally skimmed past my comment if that's what belly buttons are for. Dude, it's like the perfect.
There's a reason I only listen to like half what you say.
Dude, it's the perfect little reservoir. Like all gathers in there and you're good to go. I'm just saying.
Well, that's been Whiskey Knife Fight.
Oh shit.
Somebody asked me what we talk about on the show the other day. And I just really genuinely did not know what to tell them. I was like, I try to talk about certain things, like pretty topical things, knives, whiskey, cigars, whatever. And then my co-host goes off on tangents about butt pee and taint fans and gobble and cock and all sorts of other things. And I can't keep up with him.
Belly button jizz.
Belly button jizz. That's a good name for it. That's a good name for it. Spank Hank. Wait, it's chat updated.
That's my boy Andersnoose.
Andersnoose. Oh my God.
Shoot him.
So I have learned, since I'm so bad at keeping a cigar lit.
He's in my Patreon and he explained to me how the Andersnoose thing came up, but I still call him Andersnoose. He actually puts it in his.
It's Anders in because his last name is in, and then US. But
it's funny because he calls himself now when he sends me messages in Patreon. Hey, it's Andersnoose.
Nice.
It's Andersnoose, man. Belly button shot glass. That was the old saying back in the day: is in your crack or on your back.
Wow.
Yeah. On your thigh or in your eye, you know. What are you doing over there, Tay? Okay.
Just
cigar. I haven't
touching up the edge.
Second cigar yet, and we've been going for 218. I probably should light the second one up. We're gonna.
I'm having trouble keeping it going because I always do. J Vol asked,
"Or be over or under humidified or something." I don't know. You shouldn't have a hard time keeping it going. Well, unless you do what I do, which you set it down and talk too much, and then it goes out.
That's always my problem. Is I talk too much. Any Topo Hanks left? Yes. I have a couple. I haven't listed them on the site. There's only 5. One of them is spoken for, so there are 4 up for grabs, and I've not added them to the site yet. I'm thinking I'm going to just update the stock one day and just let them go. So not a drop or anything. Just they're going to be on the site one day, and whoever gets them without any kind of announcement. I'm going to have to sleep here, man. I keep blowing through this whiskey.
Let's see what they say about this. Is the
I'm going to have to go take a piss here in a sec, and you're going to have to be on your own.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna read off this cigar. So go now if you're gonna go, because I can waste some time talking about.
I just lit the cigar.
Oh well, shit. Never mind. This is called the Rojas Blue Bonnet Lancero. Like I said, this was in this month's Palladium box for luxury. Which, to answer people's question about luxury, they do have memberships open in their Palladium level. It is a Ecuadorian wrapper, Nicaraguan filler and binder, 7x38.
Use the bottle. Somebody told me don't go to the bathroom, just use the bottle. Stay on cam.
That's what you do in a car ride, dude. You get a Gatorade, nice wide mouth, and just
Yep.
you gotta have a wide mouth bottle, dude. You ever tried to piss in like a fucking Pepsi bottle? It does not work, bro. You get piss everywhere.
They make these things called rest stops for a reason.
Yeah, but sometimes you just want to keep rolling. Once lit delivers notes of coffee, berries, nuts, accompanied by an undertone sweetness.
Thor, I will take you up on that, Thor.
Thor.
Said he'll take me or send me a nice bottle of scotch for a Hank. Now, I feel like I'd be a victim of wording here. You're just going to send the bottle or the scotch inside the bottle, because that's a big difference.
That is.
I do have a funnel. Somebody said use the funnel.
This is a good cigar, and I can't give you accurate notes on it yet because it takes a little while for a cigar to really get warmed up.
Did you just say accurate?
I probably mumbled my words because I do that regularly. Accurate.
Regularly.
Usually takes about an inch into them for them to warm up real good, but so far it seems nice.
I've blown through 4 glasses of whiskey. I should probably switch to water, but I don't have water right now. Or I have a Discord server where it's very easy to reach me.
Rojas. This isn't an expensive cigar either. This is only a $9.95, so just barely sub $10 stick.
Smiling beard, you have made it back into my good graces. Jeremy sounds like Foghorn Leghorn.
Dude, my wife would probably agree with you. She laughs. I keep my wife laughing all the time. You're like, oh, is that because you're funny, Jeremy? No. She laughs at me all the time because I am constantly like, people think that I'm joking in my videos when I talk about me stuttering and stumbling. Where I stumble and stutter words a lot. I think I might have a mild speech impediment.
Travis, if you're talking about me not responding, if you tried to message me this week, dude, I've been offline all week. I've not been answering anybody. I've been really bad.
Dude, Josh McMullen said $30 for me. I assume he's talking about the cigar. Yeah, I was talking to a guy the other day in Canada, and they were talking about cigars or something. And man, the price that they have to pay for shit that's like $10 here is fucking crazy. I think the Death Bucket was like $12. I think he said that would be like a $40 stick up there or something. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, that is an expensive hobby. Like,
yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Good Lord, dude. The taxes are just owning shit. What was that comment?
Did you see that? Taylor's Ron Swanson accent is coming out.
Dude,
so what you guys don't really know about me, some people do, but what a lot of people don't know for me is I come from a small farm town in North Carolina. And part of my family has kind of like the mountain, like the Appalachian mountain accent. When I moved to the Charlotte area, I had a very, very thick Southern drawl, like very thick. You can get a hint of it if you go back, if you search really hard and find some of my first videos on YouTube, you can find a little bit of that accent, but I dropped it. And it wasn't even intentional. It was just something that kind of happened, I think, a lot from the people I was talking to and being online and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, my accent, when I moved to Charlotte, I remember my first class in college, teacher was going through, she was calling the roll, and she got to my name, and I'm like, here? And I'm just like, fuck. Because everybody in the class looked at me, because, I mean, I was really Southern in a city where everybody has kind of a pretty mild accent. And
dude,
that might have been why I dropped it.
Josh McMullen just said Padron 1926 is $85 plus in Canada. Dude, that's like a $20 to $25, probably $20 to $30 stick, depending on the size, right? Depending on the Vitola, the size and all that stuff. You're talking probably 20 to maybe $30 max and that is an $85+ God damn. By the way,
Yeah.
dude.
That's a really good one. Spencer Patterson, hey, could you mention the Man Cave EDC charity raffle?
Dude, just real quick, I'm sorry. Just look at the white. Look at the ash on that. Oh, dude, this is a damn good cigar. Sorry, I don't want to fuck up that because you need to say what you were saying.
Yeah. No,
This is amazing ash on this cigar for a $10 cigar.
Somebody forwarded this to me today. It's the first I saw of it, but this guy Spencer Patterson, he's been dealt a pretty rough hand. So there's a raffle going on right now for covering his medical bills.
Oh Jesus!
Let me link it. I can find
link in the chat. I hate hearing shit like that, dude.
It's rough. Somebody was complaining about like me not posting anything about it, and I'm like, that
happens, and you're like, God damn it.
Somebody was complaining about me not posting it. This is the first I heard of it earlier today. So happy to share it.
Sorry to hear that, Spencer.
That's rough. So the actual raffle comes from Rugged on the Rocks. You can find what you need to know right here. I have posted a link in the chat. I'm only 19. I have 17,000 in medical bills. I've linked the raffle down below. I'd love to get us to 17,000. I don't know what the raffle's at right now. I'm going to try to talk to Rugged on the Rocks tomorrow. That's an Instagram account. I'm going to talk to that guy and see what we're at and try to get us to the goal. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys got some extra bucks, I know a lot of people are strapped for cash right now, but if you do, get in there, get that raffle, and help our boy out. That's rough, man. Medical bills.
It is. And I'm glad whoever, I don't know who got it to me. I know that Dustin from Urban Carvers is the guy who forwarded it to me. But I'm going to pitch in. I hope you guys will too. This community that I've built, the EDC community, it's pretty tight knit, and I hate to see this happen to anybody. But Spencer, I've flagged your account. I'll actually message you either tonight or tomorrow after I'm done. Probably better for me to message you tomorrow because tonight I might be sleeping here as long as the storm's not too bad. I think it's passed. What are you, chiefing that thing? Jesus.
Lanceros go pretty quick, man. They're narrow, but look at the ash. For a Lancero to even have an ash that long, because the ashes on Lanceros are notoriously fragile because it's such a narrow cigar. There's not a lot of meat for it to hold on to. But man, it's got the little stack of coins going, and it's just as white as can be, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had shitty cigars with white ash, but a lot of times a nice white ash is usually a pretty good indication of a decent cigar.
Vince, the raffle might be US only, but I'm pretty sure you can donate regardless if you want to. I don't expect to be entered into any kind of raffle, but I'm going to donate because I don't need any gear at all. So, real quick, I'm going to go to the bathroom. The raffle there's like, I don't know exactly how much stuff is there. I think there are 9 different prizes or something. The link that I shared has all the information for everything.
Because maybe we can throw one of those copper man cards in there. I don't know if that would help, but
yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could come up with something and add to the pool. Mm-hmm. I'd be happy to. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Go for
it. You're on your own.
Dude, look, it's getting crooked. See, this is what I'm talking about. See that? See that crooked? This bitch is fixing to fall in my lap, so I'm gonna give it a nice little. I hate to lose it though, because I want you guys to see. I think Taylor just totally fucking left. I mean, for a Lancero, that is a nice ash for a Lancero. I'll see if it holds on for a little bit longer, but I can guarantee you this some bitch is going to hit my lap any second now. Let's see what. I love copper. Yeah, me too, man. Copper's dope. It's also antimicrobial, right? I know Taylor's talked about that on his stuff before with the whole Rona thing. I mean, not that a fucking copper man card is going to keep you from getting Corona, but it does have antimicrobial properties, which is kind of cool. Accessorize me. Just donate some cash. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, brother. That's good. Try to help this guy out, man. When you're in a bad way and you got medical bills stacking up, that's rough. Jeremy, did you what? Did you watch come with the bracelet or did you change it? No, I bought the Bico with the bracelet. They have them with bracelets or with leather. I try to buy, when I buy watches, I always try to buy them with the bracelet because it's much harder to buy the bracelet. And I think we've talked about this in the podcast before, but it's much harder to buy the bracelet after the fact. It's really easy to get NATO straps and leather strap. There's tons of companies that make leather bands. So it's super easy to get all that shit aftermarket, but it's hard to get the matching bracelet. So whenever possible, I buy a watch with the bracelet and then I'll just buy the additional straps if I want. Same price for updates on the flask. They're coming, I think. I've been trying to space it out a little bit because I've really just been killing you guys with drops lately, and I don't want people to be like, Jesus Christ, Jeremy, take it easy. But it is Christmas, so I'm trying to get some of them out so that if people want them for Christmas gifts, they can get them, but also not just like totally saturate you guys to death with stuff. But I think the flasks are almost ready, and we could really drop them at any time. I think we're still waiting on potentially a leather sleeve that might work, or we might just sell them just the way they are at the glass, because I really think they're sexy looking just the way they are. Taylor's gone. Yes, he is. We can say all kinds of shit about him now. Mixers and whiskey. I don't put any mixers. No judgment for people that do. I am not a guy that's going to put judgment on anybody. I follow the Whiskey Tribe's motto of drink it however the fuck you want. The way you like it best is the right way to drink it. I just prefer normally to drink whiskey neat. Sometimes a little bit of water, or some whiskeys hold up good to ice. And if it's summer and it's hot out, I'll put a little ice cube in there sometimes. But I would say 90% of the time I'm drinking it neat or with just a touch of water. Wait, the fucking chat jumped. Where'd it go? What watches have you been eyeing lately? The one that I've been eyeing for months and months, and I think I might actually go get really soon, is a Tudor Black Bay. I've been looking for I've been eyeballing a Tudor Black Bay for the better part of 6 or 8 months now, and I think I'm gonna go look in here probably the next few days and maybe pull the trigger on one, because I just love that watch. What drop is coming out after the ashtray? Need more drops? Yeah, well, I was just talking about that, man. If you guys want more drops, I'll definitely drop more stuff. I've been kind of trying to space it out to give people some breathing. We're getting more ashtrays in, so we will have a few more of the ashtrays dropping soon. The Copper Man cards are coming soon. The flasks, we got those coming before too long. These Leaf and Barrel, it's not going to do it. Leaf and Barrel whiskey hats with Glencairns. That's kind of in the work. That's still in some early stages. We're still getting prototypes, so we're not super close to doing that, but those will be coming soon.
Dude, I got some stuff coming up too, and I'm excited about it.
Well,
finally,
they were asking about drops, so if you got some coming, shoot.
So this is really early, but I have a full leather knife maintenance mat coming out. It's going to be hot. It's going to be pretty sick. I got some other stuff that I've not brought up yet to the guys over at Exclusive, but I got some truck decals coming too.
You could do the thing that I asked you about when you were talking about that the other day. I don't want to say it because
I don't know what you're talking about. You'd have to text it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got some truck decals coming out, which are going to be kind of cool too. And then the other thing, flashlights, just kind of it's going to take as long as it takes. That's what Jeremy's talking about. Then the maintenance mat I'm excited about. This cigar's getting a little low. Gotta. Oh, yeah. We're going to try. I brought it up, but I don't know if it's going to work.
Dude, that would be very nice if you could somehow swing that, because that really helps a lot when you're using one of those things.
Yep.
I didn't want to say it because in case it doesn't work out or whatever, but if it does, that would be an added
Taylor's
benefit.
coming out with truck nuts. Yes, truck nuts for the win. Yeah, you can 100% smell the cigar. Like I walked out of here. So the way this is set up in this warehouse, I have to walk like, I don't know, 200 feet to the bathroom. Closer you get to this office, the more you smell cigar smoke. So it's sort of doing its job, I guess. I don't know.
Do I know of any good overseas humidor? The humidors I always recommend are the new airs, just because I've used them for years and they've been very good to me. And like I said, I only like to recommend stuff that I've used myself. I don't like to recommend stuff that I have not had experience with, because then if it's bullshit, then I feel like I'm abusing your trust in me recommending things. So I don't know if you can get new air over there. They make them in different sizes. They're great humidors.
The Black Bay I want is the steel bezel.
That is the Loom Shot. That is the exact one that I want, is the red bezel with the bracelet. That's the one that I've had my eye on for months and months.
Steel bezel is.
Dude, I like the red. I don't know what it is about the red bezel. I like the red bezel.
I'm on a steel bezel kick for sure.
I think it's because my Seiko has a black bezel with a black face. My Goldeneye has a colored but black. The red, I don't have anything in that color scheme, right? So I think it would just be different, and I just think it has a look to it. I just like it. I think it's a sexy looking watch.
Taylor, I'm looking for a field watch that won't break the bank. Vayer. So Hamilton is a fantastic company that makes field watches, but Vayer makes really good. That's Vaer. They make really good watches as well. It's a smaller micro brand that a lot of people haven't heard of. I did a video on them in the past, and they do quartz and automatics, but really good value.
They said somebody said they think we're getting buzzed, Taylor. I'm not.
I was definitely a little wobbly going down the stairs. Not bad, but a little bit.
I've been drinking very small pours. I mean, I wouldn't drive a car. But yeah,
I'm going to stay here for a bit. I got some food here. I brought food. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to mention when I came back on. I found the culprit of the smell.
The foot smell?
Yeah.
It's probably your fucking shoes.
No. Dude, I came in, I grabbed this water bottle out of my refrigerator. Guess what I forgot in my refrigerator like 2 weeks ago?
Like cabbage or something fucked up?
Fucking broccoli. Dude,
dude. Cabbage, broccoli, anything in the cruciferous vegetable family.
Dude, broccoli smells like farts to begin with.
Anything in the cruciferous vegetable family all has that sulfur fart smell. Cabbage, broccoli, kale, it all has like that farty, rough smell. Hope I get the Black Bay this weekend. I hope I get the Black Bay this weekend too. We'll see.
Hey, get me one while you're at it.
There's a local place that is an authorized dealer that I'm going to.
Did they do a twofer?
I doubt it.
Why not?
If they're open,
Taylor has been buzzed for a while now. I really haven't. You know what kicked it off? I was fine until I lit the cigar, and then it would just.
Yeah,
get me.
I know people that were seasoned drinkers that if they're not used to cigars will pop it off, boy, and they go from zero to hero like that. They're like, I'm fine. What the fuck?
Yep, I felt totally fine until I lit the cigar, and then it hit me. I get a head buzz pretty bad still.
What watches have you been eyeing lately? Okay, I think I answered that one. I said the Black Bay, unless he might have been asking you, Taylor, because I answered, but he might be
for me.
Yeah,
I still want an Aura 65. I always go back and forth on whether I want the Bico or the regular, the all black with just the bronzed bezel.
Either one is a sexy watch, dude. I was looking at that black one the other day, and I was like, man, one day I might buy a black one just to have both, because I love this watch.
Dude, they're both sick. I've not been eyeing a lot of watches lately. To be honest, it comes down to the Black Bay steel bezel and that Oris Diver 65, and they're both very similar, so I don't know that I would get both. But I've always, like, for probably a year now, I've been pining over not pining because I've never had one. I can't really pine over something you ever had, but the Speedmaster.
Yeah,
and in a closed room doesn't help either. It's not closed, but my ventilation is probably not great. So Just saying.
David Stewart says, pick up another Black Bay for the next show giveaway. Yeah, dude, fuck you. Dude, I wish I had that kind of coin. I would absolutely do it for you guys if I had that kind of change. But
Well, you should do it for me because I got you into watches.
Your boy ain't rolling like that. It's taken me months and months to save up the money just to get the Black Bay. I definitely don't have. What's funny is the next watch I'm saving up for, I haven't been buying watches because I've been saving up for the Black Bay. And I don't think I'll buy another one for a while because I think the next watch I'm going to get is a Rolex. I think I'm just going to save up until I can pull the trigger on the Submariner.
Can I say I don't really want a Rolex? Like I do, but I don't want a Rolex in my current financial standing, right? I don't want to watch that I can't pay to have serviced because I don't want to spend $1,000 to service it, even though if it's not going to need a service for a while.
No, man, I mean, I don't have the kind of change to be dropping on a Rolex either. That's why I say I always start a watch fund, right? And when I get little extra bits of money, I throw it in there. I throw it in there when it builds up to a certain amount, then you go pull the trigger. It might take me a while to build up for a Rolex, but I've been wanting a sub for a long time, man. I know some people say Rolexes are overpriced, and there's a lot of people that say Omega is really a better watch, especially for the money and whatnot. And I agree. I love Omegas too. But there's just something about having a Rolex in your collection, man. I
eventually want one. When I say I don't want one, I mean I don't want one now. I'd rather have a Speedmaster and a couple Oris and maybe a Black Bay.
I do. I don't want a Speedmaster. I want that James Bond one, dude. That James Bond one is fucking pimp. God damn, James Bond.
That James Bond Seamaster is Rolex money. It's 14 grand.
Yes, it's expensive as shit, but that's why I think I would want a Rolex for. So is there an update on the knife, Operator 6? I don't have one, man. He keeps sending me like little questions as he's going along the process of, hey, do you want the clip to be sandblasted or shiny, or do you want this, or you know what? And he, every week or two, he'll send me a question. Okay. And then I won't hear from him for a week. And then, but I haven't gotten an update on when he thinks it'll actually be complete yet. So I don't have that, but I do know we're moving along because he regularly sends me pictures and asks me how I want this or how I want that. So hopefully I'll have a demo soon, and then we can get moving.
Yeah. Pete likes to send me pictures of his watch.
Yeah, he does that shit to me too, man. Like, fuck, dude. That's why I said I want that wine watch, because I had seen it months ago, and then Pete sent me a picture, and I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, see now, because Pete always takes good photos. He makes everything look even sexier than it already is, and it's just like, oh god, man, you're killing me.
JVal, I've dropped it in chat earlier. What's the Discord? Discord.gg/EDC. That's my URL. I have a vanity URL, so discord.gg/EDC. It's that easy.
Travis says he would never spend that much money on a watch, even if he had it. Yeah, man, I totally get that. And I used to say the same thing. And then
Jeremy said he wasn't getting into watches. And then
I wasn't getting into watches. I said the same thing. And then it's one of those hobbies, man, that has depth and it's interesting. And you get into the movements the watches have and all the precision that goes in and the plus or minus so many seconds a day and all. You end up getting sucked in, man. And it's just a thing.
I didn't talk about what watch I have on my wrist.
A lot of people swear by watches like Rolexes being an investment. Like it's actually a decent investment in your money. What's his name? The dude from Shark Tank. He uses it as an investment. He says he thinks it's one of the best investments out there.
Well, Rolex, it's a safe bet right now.
Right.
Because I mean, you buy one at retail and some of them double and triple immediately.
Right. And that's the thing. That's what he says. He's like, man, it's a good investment. You can always
you heard about that guy who bought a Daytona when he was in Vietnam, right?
No, I didn't hear about that. What's the story with that?
So dude was in the army or some branch of the military, and he was deployed in Vietnam, and on base they had Rolexes, and he bought a Daytona for like $750. And that alone would have been a valuable watch today, but he never wore it.
Oh, so it was mint condition?
Dude, he never wore it. He bought it and he was like, this is too nice to wear. So he put it in a safety deposit box when he got back, he kept every single piece of paper that he got with it. Everything was mint in a safety deposit box, and he took it to the Antique Roadshow. And the dude's like, watches like this go for like $500,000, and the dude literally fell out. He like passed out.
Oh my God, dude, that's crazy.
So they picked him up, and he's like, I'm not done. I said watches like this one, but yours is special.
Right?
Yeah, because it's mint, and you've got all of the paperwork. It's literally never been worn. He was like, this one could fetch $750,000 at auction. And like the dude, that is like the best investment ever.
And I mean, that's what they say about when you get into like the really nice watches is it's actually, and the way I look at it too. And you know, this might be me justifying it. It very likely could be. I'm an honest guy. I'm not going to bullshit you guys, but I look at it like it's something when you get into like your higher end watches, your Rolexes, your Omega stuff, that's stuff that you can hand down to your kids. Those are heirloom pieces. That's not just, you know, a G-Shock and don't get me wrong, I like G-Shocks. They're great. They keep the time well. They're good looking watches. Shit, they have that Cassie Oak. I think that's a pretty dope looking watch, really. But that's not something that, you know, you're going to hand down to your kids when you're gone and stuff. So, you know, I don't know. There's just something to it. I totally understand when people say they would never spend that kind of money on a watch. So I get that, perspective. Absolutely.
Spencer, thank you for hanging out with us, and everybody go check out that raffle. It's Rugged on the Rocks on Instagram who's hosting the raffle. And I can't remember exactly what the name of the other one is, but Rugged on the Rocks is the Instagram where you can find that raffle. I think I can drop it in chat one more time because I'm on a Mac and I can save my copies. Nope. Just kidding. Didn't save it.
No?
Bug Out Boy. Bug Out like the knife. BOI is the guy who the raffle is for.
Paul Newman's Daytona sold for $17 million.
Yeah. You didn't know that? You know, he gave that away. So I think it was a guy that was dating his daughter, did not have a watch. And he's like, you don't have a watch? And he took his Daytona off and gave it to him.
Oh, my.
And it wasn't called the Daytona at the time. It got the name Daytona from Paul Newman. So at the time, it was just a watch, but it was that watch. That was the Daytona.
That is so fucking crazy.
And he gave that to a guy. And it sold for $17 million.
How much do you think he paid for that watch?
A few $100. Couple hundred, maybe $200-$300. Back then they were cheap. Back then they were like, there's the raffle. Yeah, iMac shared the raffle link. Back then they weren't that popular. Paul Newman made the Daytona what it was. So but the Rolex back then was like the Seiko of today.
Dude, I still say, and I recommend it to people all the time, if you are kind of into watches, but you're not into spending a bunch of money on watches,
just get a Seiko.
Yeah, dude. I love my Seiko, man. I love it. And I think it's a good entry level. Get in there.
I love these, but I got some shit. I got some shit when I did my EDC video and I said my Lauriers were my budget watches because they're $500.
Yeah. I mean, I could see sorry. $500 watch is for sure not a budget watch.
I didn't mean budget. I just meant like they're my cheapest watches. I sold off all of my affordable watches to buy my Damasco and my Oris and my Christopher Ward. So that I wasn't saying it was like an affordable watch. I'm just saying it was my budget watch because I sold off all my cheaper watches. I had to let the cigar go though. I got a couple hot draws and
you're done. This cigar, I've been talking too much and not paying attention to it, but I don't think I'm getting, it says, berries in here, coffee. I'm getting coffee. I'm not getting the berries yet. I'm kind of waiting. It could be because I'm drinking it with whiskey. And sometimes whiskey can mute certain flavors. But the next one of these I smoke, I'll definitely just smoke it with some water to see if I can get that berry. Because when I get a berry note in cigars, it's usually a pretty special thing. It's not a real common note in cigars.
For ultra premium cigars for $20 a month in the Farm Rolled Privada Cigar Club.
Yeah. Berry. I know. That's what it says on the tasting notes. It says coffee, berries, nuts, accompanied by an undertone sweetness. Enjoy with a cream bourbon. I don't know what the fuck a cream bourbon is. But yeah, I know the Bourbon Junkies just released a cigar that they had that Alec Bradley blended for him, and I tell you, that cigar definitely had some fruity notes in it. It was excellent. Like I almost thought it was infused or something. I'm like, dude, this cigar, like, there's a berry note in here that is very distinct. Like he's saying which berry. It's more of a generic berry flavor, kind of like if you got like berry jam or a berry candy, like, you know, it's not really blueberry, just kind of a generic berry flavor, if you could, you know, think that. But the Bourbon Junkie cigar had it in spades, and it was delicious. I don't get that very often in cigars at all, very rarely actually. But I'm trying to see if I can find it in this cigar, because cigars that have it, it's pretty special.
I just signed up for the Farm Rolled Privada Cigar Club.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, you'll like it, man. He sends some banger sticks in there. And here's the thing.
You think you could send him a message and have him send mine? No.
Well, I mean, he's probably not even awake. But
not like now, but like now.
Yeah. Steve, like berry skull, right? Like that berry flavor of berry skull. Like, I don't know what berry flavor that is. It's just like a generic berry flavor.
Like
right?
Barry Manilow.
It could be Barry Manilow.
I mean, who knows what Barry Manilow tastes like?
Like Barry Manilow's fucking what did we call it earlier? Not gooch. What's the other word? I was using? Not taint. What's the other word for the taint? We were just talking about it earlier. I can't think of it. Maybe I have been drinking more than I think.
Yeah, you have.
But farm rolled, I just saw somebody say farm rolled. Here's the thing. It's the same sticks that aren't, it's not like this is some weird fucking cigars that are just like, you know, factory directs or whatever. These are legitimately the same cigars.
Gooch.
Was it gooch?
That's the word. Gooch.
Was that the word I was using? Gooch?
Yeah, it was gooch. Because somebody suggested I get a tattoo, my first tattoo on my gooch.
It wasn't gooch.
It was gooch.
Grundle. It was grundle.
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 What the fuck is a grundle?
Look it up. Grundle.
That's some Hell on Wheels shit. Hey, can I just gripe for a minute?
Sure.
I finally got on Hell on Wheels. I'm watching it, and that shit's going away. It's coming off Netflix on December 30th. I've got to finish that shit by December 30th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead. Back to what you were talking about.
But farm rolled, it's legit like cigars that are.
I'm glad they're real cigars.
Well, no, but it's like, I'm sure Brian's not allowed to say it, but I know for a fact because I had some of these cigars, and when he sent me the first thing of farm rolled, I went, this tastes a lot like and looks a lot like, it's a specific cigar because it has a closed foot, so it's a very distinct looking cigar. And I was like, this looks an awful lot like, and I went and got one of mine that I had in my humidor, and I was like, dude, this is the same cigar. And I text Brian, I'm like, Brian, is this this cigar? Because he goes, yeah, I'm not allowed to say it, but that is what it is. And I'm like, fucking it. So it's like the same cigars are just unbanded. I'll say what it is because now it's been a while and there's no way for you to know which one it was, but there was some last calls in there.
Taylor is tanked. Taylor is 2.5 sheets in the wind. I'm not. I'm really not. I don't know why everybody thinks I'm toasted, but I'm not.
You know that last call you've got?
Yeah. He
had those in the farm rolled one month.
The Maduro or the other?
Maduro.
I haven't tried that one yet.
But I mean,
I was smelling my little box here to see. And
you like smelling box?
Yeah, I like smelling box.
I like smelling box. I'm a big fan of smelling box. I love to gobble cock. I mean, I think we're going in a different direction when we're talking about smelling box and cock, but I mean, you know.
Face is getting red. I was laughing. No, but the burnt cigar smell is gone from the box, or at least mostly gone. It's not totally gone, but it's
no, I don't think Farm Roll has stuff like Cookie Monster in it. There's not any of those. I don't think there's I'm pretty sure, and I don't want to say definitely, but I'm pretty sure there's none of those crazy rare special release cigars because there's a very limited amount of, and usually they ban them all and put them out there. But a lot of your normal production cigars that you go and you pay, $8-12 a stick for with the band, that he throws them 4 or 5 of them in farm roll for $20.
How did I get a name after 2 guitar companies? Well, funny you ask. Neither of my parents were musicians or knew much about music, so pure chance.
Mm-hmm.
Pure chance.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I'll slanted eyes. What do you say? Flushed, happy, sloshed. I'm not sloshed. I'm feeling good,
My
but
boy
I'm not
Josh.
sloshed.
I always see my boy Josh pop up commenting on my videos. He's my boy. He's usually in there keeping an eye on what's going on the old Jeremy Sires channel.
That's a good Jim Alaska says, is that box made for cigars or did you repurpose? This was an otter box that was sent to me, just a dry box that was sent to me like years ago, and I never used it for anything. So on Jeremy's recommendation, I threw some cigars in it and a couple of these little Boveda packs. So these are Boveda 2-way humidifying packs.
Yep.
69%. Now I learned that I might want to go a little higher than that, or maybe a little higher than that.
What is that?
69.
No, you don't need to go any higher than that.
But yeah.
In an airtight box, you don't need to go any higher than 69.
So 69%. You put you put 2 packs. 1 pack is good according to Boveda. 1 pack is good for about 5 cigars. So I have, I don't know, 7 or 8 in here. So I have 2 Boveda packs in here. Yeah, let's see, 4. I have 8 cigars in here right now. So yeah, 2 Boveda packs, and we're good to go,
dude. I'm
not sure if this has been my issue.
What?
As far as like my cigars having trouble burning or what, or if it's more of
it shouldn't be.
Or if it's more of me just sitting outside in the humidity and cold weather and me talking too much, or I don't know.
You know what I keep my humidor at? Dude, look at this crazy hair right now. It's like floppy on top because I've been letting the top grow and I've been shaving the sides. 69 is fine, but if like I keep all mine at 60, I think mine's 64, 65. I forgot if Boveda comes in 64 or 65%, but that's what I keep.
65.
I keep mine at 65. I find anything over 65 and they especially Maduro cigars don't burn well. Now, if you're in a super dry environment, like you live in fucking Arizona or something crazy like that, or if you're keeping them in a wooden humidor that leaks, right? Because wooden humidors don't have a perfect seal. Then, you go 69, even 72 sometimes. But if you've got an airtight situation, like these cooladors that I use that have a magnetic rubber seal, or you got that in that box that has a rubber seal and it's airtight, 65 would be plenty and your cigars would probably smoke a little better. So,
well, you suggested 69. So here we are.
5.
No, I was on the phone with you. I bought what you recommended at the time, which was 69.
I almost always recommend 65. Are you sure?
I was on the phone with you at the time I placed the order.
Maybe. I can give you 65s. I'll send them to you in the box if I have some laying around. I think I do.
So I can expect them in about 3 months?
Or 4. Definitely first quarter of 2021.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, with it being a small, if I'm defending my statement, if I said 69, where I probably thought of that was because it's small and you're opening and closing it a lot, it's exchanging a lot of air. And
I am opening and closing it a lot.
Right. So it's exchanging a lot of air. So 69s should really be okay. But if you're finding they're not burning well, you could drop to 65s. That's what I keep mine at, 65.
Well, the unfortunate part, I guess, maybe unfortunate for me and my wallet, is that I have been smoking more and more cigars. I will probably be buying a legitimate humidor soon, especially like if I move into my new office and I get ventilation system and everything in there. I'll probably just buy one of the like $200 ones. Like I think what you have behind you. I was looking them up.
The one
I don't know.
behind me is a lot more than $200, unfortunately.
Yeah, not the one you have, but like look
yeah,
like
yeah,
a wine cooler.
Yeah, they make the smaller ones that are around 200 or 300 for like, I think they're like 150 counts.
Taylor is not hammered.
I think they're around 150 counts.
Yeah.
I think they're around 200 to 300, and that'd be perfect for you. And dude, they hold humidity like a champ, and they
I'm never gonna go through 200 or 300 cigars or 150.
No, see that I've got the big one. I think mine holds like 300 or 400 cigars, which I mean,
dude,
it just fits because I built it in. I don't ever have that many cigars on hand because I smoke too damn many.
Right. Like I said, I typically smoke like 1 or 2 a week. Typically 1. This week I've been off work and I've had maybe 3 or 4, but typically 1 a week is a good amount for me. If we start podcasting regularly and I'm in a new space and I have the ability, I'll probably smoke one on that too. Yeah.
Smoking. Jeremiah Daniels, thank you, my friend. He said he enjoyed my B-roll this week. That B-roll segment took me almost 2 fucking days, and it was like 30 seconds long.
People don't understand that. They don't understand that it takes a very long time to shoot the B-roll.
Well, especially with those B-roll segments like that, not the B-roll necessarily that I overlay over when I'm talking about cigars and stuff, then I just have a shot of the cigar. Like that takes time, but especially when you're doing those B-roll segments and you've got yourself in the shot, so you're having to get, and we've talked about this before on the podcast, but where you're trying to get a slider to get you in the frame and you got to make sure you're in focus and it's keeping track on you and you're not operating the camera, a fucking mechanical slider across the room is, and you have to take the shot 32 times to get it right. Like it's a pain in the ass.
Jeremy should come out with a shirt that says, I will send you one in the mail, Taylor.
It's true. In the mail. It's like the back of the day when people like the checks in the mail, the old joke. That's me. It's in the mail, dude. I promise.
Yeah. Yeah. How long ago did you say you were going to send me a Swiss Army knife?
Okay, here's the thing about that. First off, I've sent you stuff since then, and I've forgotten to put it in the fucking box like an idiot. But yeah, it's been probably close to a year. It's been a minute. And I still got it down there. I put it aside for my other ones. And I just, every time I send you anything in a box, I just forget to put it in there. I don't think about it. And then you get the box and you're like, yeah, that fucking Swiss Army knife would have been great in there. I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot again.
And maybe a knife that actually met the criteria of what you were supposed to send me.
I'm never going to live that one down. I don't think.
Never.
I'm never going to live that one.
Somebody told me to take an Uber or a Lyft home. I will stay here until I'm okay. I don't drive. Somebody asked me that a long time ago, maybe like 6 or 7 episodes back. They're like, if you drink all this and you have to drive home, what do? I have a couch right there.
Just fucking.
And I have a refrigerator. Right now I have a refrigerator with quesadillas in it because I knew I was going to be drinking. So I brought some quesadillas with me. So,
that's good. That's a good pregame. You got a good pregame plan. You're like, I'm gonna have food.
I went here earlier. I've not been doing fast food a lot, but tonight we were in a hurry. Got some cookout. You don't have cookout down in Florida, do you?
I don't even know what that is. So no.
Oh, dude. Okay, so let me explain this to you. It's gonna make me sound like a fat ass, which I kind of am. But that aside,
that's okay.
Aside.
We all just talked about we all put on a Corona 15.
Yeah. Well, this is not why I put on a Corona 15. This is why I was where I am before the Corona 15. So Cookout is a fast food restaurant, I believe started in North Carolina, but they have these trays and you can get a main entree. Your main entree can be like chicken tenders or 2 hot dogs or a cheeseburger or 2 quesadillas, or you've got a big combination of what the barbecue sandwich. That's your main entree. And then you get 2 sides. Mm-hmm. Your sides can be 2 quesadillas or fries and onion rings or a combination of a bunch of different things. Chicken nuggets as a side. You can get chicken tenders as your main and chicken nuggets as the side with fries.
I mean, none of that sounds bad.
No, it's just not healthy. So you can have any combination of these crazy things, right? And then your drink. So this was an unsweet tea. You could swap it out for a milkshake for $1 if you wanted to do that. The box is $5.
I mean, that's a
Dude,
pretty
it's so cheap.
so cheap.
So I got a double cheeseburger with 2 quesadillas as the side and a milkshake, and it was $6.
Dude, that's amazing.
That
is fucking amazing. I would gain 30 pounds if I was near one of those. I'm glad they don't have them here.
And the burgers, the cookout burgers taste like if you had a cookout at home and grilled some burgers. That's what they taste like.
Dude, this guy says he has a Swiss Army knife with a cigar punch. They don't make it anymore. Fuck.
There's a cigar Swiss Army knife. I saw it earlier today.
Is it made by Victorinox?
Yeah.
No shit. That is the coolest thing I've ever heard. I will have to buy one of those.
I think it's called the Cigar.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, Swiss Army Cigar 36.
What's up with that shit?
It's got a cutter. That's really all it is. It's got a cork, like a corkscrew, a knife. I'm not sure. Is that a file? Yeah, a file and a cigar cutter.
I mean, that's pretty cool. The punch would be, if it had a cigar cutter and a punch, that would be like, here's the thing. For them to call it the cigar, what they need to have on there is they need to have a cigar cutter.
Yeah, it's cigar scissors. It's not a cutter. It's like,
cigar scissors. Yeah. They're like the arch scissors. They're like curved, so you can cut. Cigar scissors are actually really great. Yeah, dude, that actually, if it had cigar scissors and a punch on it, like, man, that would be like.
Trying to figure out what this is. I turned my iPad off, so I don't have a second screen. That looks like a punch to me. Traveler folding with a translucent ruby handle.
What?
See if I can share this.
I
don't have a second screen, so I'm not sure.
I'm an A-Locks man. A-Locks, or I get the brass scales from Daily Customs.
Let me get my iPad back over here.
Thank you. Somebody said bless me because I burped. Yeah, dude, that would be I don't know why they don't do that. That's actually, if they made one with a punch and scissors.
They don't do that.
I know, but if they did, that would be fucking great. That would be such a cool little Swiss Army knife. I would always carry that. That would be like that would be in my pocket as much as my fucking Mighty Hank.
I was going to say this earlier. I have a Swiss Army knife that I always use when I'm smoking. Hang on, I'll show you this.
Does it have cigar scissors on it?
This. Okay, so this is the one that I think had the punch. I think
yeah,
that's
those
the
are
punch.
2 different size punches. Yeah.
So this one's not available anymore.
No, that's the one. I think the dude in the chat.
It was called the Traveler, but the Traveler now is a different knife.
Well, that's a bummer because
yeah. But the one that I was talking about is this.
Okay,
it's not
yeah.
A-Locks.
Okay. That's still not bad. I don't like those kind of handles on a Swiss Army knife, though. Those handles bug
I don't either, really.
And I hate fucking corkscrew on a Swiss Army knife. If it had...
Wow. Evolution Cigar 79. So you got scissors, cigar cutter, like a cigar scissors. Dude, that's a beefy.
That's a beefy. But if they just...
Hey, here's the cutlery lover video on the cigar one.
If they had that little blade with...
Oh, shit, look at that.
That's pretty dope looking. If they had that...
$350.
And it's out of stock.
Yeah.
If they had the scissors and the punch on a Swiss Army tool, that bitch would be the way. Like, I would carry that.
Now, I could possibly get John to try and make one for you if he could hunt one of these down.
Oh, dude, if he could make me one with the fucking punch and the cigar scissors, oh, forget it, dude. Fucking get it.
I also have a line over at Victorinox. Maybe we could make it happen.
Dude, that would be the ultimate. You put a normal blade, a nail file, some cigar scissors, and a cigar punch. I don't need anything else. That's all I use my Swiss Army knife for. I use it to clean my fingernails and shit. Maybe occasionally open a box with a normal knife. And then if it had the punch and the cigar scissors, see, just replace those normal scissors with cigar scissors, and you're good to go on that. That would
So
be the
this
perfect.
is the Swiss Army knife that I've been carrying with me a lot. Let me move this.
I would still do V cuts, but it'd just be nice to always have that in your pockets. You always, when I left the house, I wouldn't worry about a V cut. I would just straight cut or punch it.
So this is the one I carry with me pretty frequently. This is the executive. So the reason I use this, especially when I'm smoking, is because it's got a nail file, but this piece right here, since
There
I
you
have
go.
so much trouble, since
Jeremiah,
I have so
Knife Fight Swiss Army Knife exclusive. That's what we need to do. We need to get the Victoria knives to do that. We do a whiskey knife fight exclusive with that. It's a knife. It doesn't have whiskey, but it's cigars. We talk about that just as much as I'm telling you, dude. That's what we need to do. We need to get Victorinox so that could be our first merch item. The bitches would sell out. People would love it.
This has been my scraper tool for like when the cigar goes out. I scrape all the ash because I got to relight so many goddamn times.
It's always good to knock all that off.
Yeah, so I knock it off with this.
Also, blow out. Blow out.
Yeah.
Because
Jeremy likes to blow.
Well, I'm not saying that because you can. I love to gobble. That's exactly why I'm not saying that in one sentence. But if you
can I just say,
Josh said that would be amazing. Custom drop order 1,000 to sell 2,000.
Can I just say that this sentence right here from you?
I love to gobble cock.
That was you saying what you would edit me saying. But you said it.
And Andrew Arnold, I'm sorry, I'm listening to you, but he said, get Rip's Garage Tech to do my Carta scales on it.
Dude, I know Rip. He's a badass dude.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Do that Swiss Army knife with some micarta or some brass scales. Get out of here. Come on.
I may or may not be working on a custom Swiss Army knife.
To custom Swiss Army knives, or I do enjoy a Swiss Army. The reason I don't carry them as much as I used to is I found that I wasn't
with the Spyderco blade.
Ooh.
Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
See, look, Sean Douglas, take my money. I'm telling you, bro, we could make that work with
the problem is Victorinox is a tough nut to crack.
I understand that, but
big company. They're set in their ways. They're a tough nut to crack.
If we could crack that nut, though, I'm telling you, people would love that. People would love. I know I'd buy it. I'm telling you, it'd be good, bro. It'd be good.
But yeah. Custom Swiss Army knife with a Spyderco blade might be happening as a Carry Commission exclusive.
That would be dope.
Titanium. It's going to be expensive as fuck.
You gotta watch out because people get hot.
Because just a titanium Swiss Army knife is like $350. You add a Spyderco blade, you've got to add the cost of just the Spyderco knife that you throw away. Yeah.
Accessorize me, Zerk. He loves Zerk, man. That guy's all about the Zerk.
Hey, Vince. This right here. So this is the knife I was talking about earlier. That little shield right there, which is hard to see, that's Zerk.
Here's the problem with Zerk. That would take the knife from being, you could probably get it with micarta scales or brass scales, depending on the size, for what? Maybe like under $100, right?
What?
For a Swiss Army knife, the one we're talking about with like cigar cutter, hole punch, regular blade, with custom scales and brass or micarta, depending on.
No. If you're talking to like aftermarket titanium or whatever scales, you're talking already like close to 200 at least.
Okay, so 200. You throw Zerk in there, and that shit just went like astronomically. He's like all the
depending on how much Zerk. Like,
no, what if you made the whole scale out of Zerk?
Oh, dude, that would add hundreds. Hundreds.
Like
this little shield, which is so hard to see. I don't even know if can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. It's tiny. It's just a little shield.
Yeah, it's maybe 3/4 of an inch long, quarter inch wide. That would add easily like $120 to the knife.
Oh wow.
I'm not joking. Like that tiny bit of Zerk.
Yeah.
He says, you haven't seen the fidget toy market, man. Zerk everything. Yeah, I know personally, I know Rick from Zero Feud, who deals in Zerk a lot. And I've seen some of his spinners, which he's sold for hundreds. Like, dude, when I made a video on fidget spinners before they blew up. So we're talking like mid 2016 is when they first started becoming a thing, and then they blew up late 2016. I made a video in like late summer 2016, and there were fidget spinners that were like $800. And then once they blew up, I saw some for $1,200, $1,400
Stop.
for a fidget spinner.
Stop.
Yeah.
People gave me shit about $100 whiskey glass, $1,400 fucking fidget spinner. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yep. It's a thing.
That's crazy.
It's a thing.
I mean, it's a thing.
Zerk, the reason Zerk is so expensive is machining it. It's tough to machine because it can literally just combust. It's a metal, but it can combust while you're machining it. It can heat up too much and just.
Well, I think that was one of the things Chad said why they charged us so much for these brass ashtrays. I think there's something about machining brass. It's not going to blow up or anything. And I don't know that it's a particularly hard metal, but there's something about machining it that Chad said is a little bit of a challenge. I don't remember what it was, but I know, he said there's like 6 hours of machining that goes into each ashtray.
Well, that alone, like machine time alone is really, really hard. Like not hard, expensive. I'm reading and talking at the same time. Machine time is expensive.
Right.
Like every machinist charges a different rate. So it's hard to say like it costs this much to machine for this long. But I've seen rates like $150 an hour to machine.
Yeah, no, that's why the ashtray
gets really expensive.
Because we went into the ashtrays thinking one price, and then after we really got into it, the price just kind of kept going. And we're like, oh my God, please stop going up, because there is a limit people will pay for fucking ashtray combo, but the price, it just ended up being so dope. I was like, well, we're going to have to do it. But I mean, it did get rather expensive. Yeah.
I've been in the room in like Rick's shop when he's machining Zerk. That shit just like sparks. When you're machining it, it's just like sparks flying everywhere. And it's not just sparks. It's so like when you're typically machining the brass, you get the shards of brass that are being cut off of the source material. With Zerk, it's burning. Like it's fucking wild.
Yeah. See, several people are saying one guy said brass can warp really easily and you have to use a certain type of brass. Another guy says it overheats.
It's very soft.
He says it overheats and gets
got a low melting point. Yeah.
Yeah. He was telling me all, because I was asking, I'm like, dude, why are these ashtrays? Why does the price keep going up? Like, what the fuck? And he's like, man, it's just the machining cost. It's like, it's taking him like 6 hours per ashtray, and there's all this shit. I'm like, all right, man, well, we're just going to have to not make much on them, because if you mark up the normal markup that you would do on a product for retail, like nobody's going to buy it. Because if we would have marked it up the same amount you would normally mark up a product, they would have been like $450. And I'm like, dude, nobody's spending $450 on an ashtray. Okay. We can't charge $450. So we are not making near as much on the ashtrays as we do on most things. But it's fine. I wanted them out there because I think they're cool. Sometimes you got to take a little less of a cut just to do it. It's a cool project and do your thing,
Bro, we've been going for 3 hours and almost 20 minutes. I didn't even realize. These are so much more fun than the podcast. Not to say the podcast isn't fun, but there's no strings. It's just kind of like jump on and talk.
Jump around. People say random shit. We go off on tangents.
Okay, let's be honest. You just explained the podcast.
Well, yeah. I mean, I explained me on a normal podcast, but the difference is you're normally trying to keep me in a path, and on these, you're in the same.
I just let you go. I'm just like, you're not my problem tonight.
You go as many directions as I do. So we're both fucking going off in 10 different directions. So I like the hangouts. I think they're fun. I enjoy them, and it's also like less stress going. I mean,
like normally on Monday, I'm like, what are we going to talk about? I need to be talking to Jeremy about what we need to talk about. We need to figure it out. And then Jeremy's like, I don't know. And then we finally, after much deliberation, come up with a topic. And then we get everything squared away, get a photo that's kind of themed to the topic. We go live. And then Jeremy plays hot potato with the topic all night. There's no point in trying to come up with a topic. It's
the great thing about these is we don't even talk about it till like we're about to go.
Yeah, we didn't talk today. Like, talked to you on the phone for like 30 seconds. You're like, my mom's calling, I gotta go. And I was like, well, I'm on the way somewhere. I'll talk to you later.
She's moving. She's buying a house out here closer to me, so her and my dad can be closer because, you know, as they're getting older, they need help with things. And currently they're about 30 minutes away, so it makes it difficult for me to get to them easily and regularly. So they're moving. They're buying a house in a neighborhood like for my driveway to her driveway is 4.5 minutes. Like it's much closer, so I can get over there and help.
That's further away from me than the cigar loft is. Yeah,
it's good because Dad needs help on a regular basis. He's you know, we've talked about it before. He's not in the best of health, and he falls a lot and stuff, and can't get up on his own. So it's good to have them close, so that they're moving out this way, moving out to old St. Augustine.
Well, Anders Snooze, we love you too, and we're going to rename the podcast to Whiskey Snooze Fight.
And he's got Han fucking Solo up in his profile pic. Get some of that shit.
Is that a Pokemon Master? I don't know.
Fuck out of here with you, man. If you guys have not watched The Mandalorian, you need to go watch this week's episode like after the podcast. I know it's late. It's Friday night. You ain't got shit to do tomorrow. Go watch it because it's really good.
I have to go watch Hell on Wheels when I get home so I can finish it before the end of the month.
Just watch it there on your couch while you sober up.
I probably should. I mean, I'm not drunk now, but I'm going to definitely eat and hang out for a bit before I leave.
See, going to watch it after this, dude. I'm telling you, it's a fucking banger of an episode, boy. It's a short one though. It's only like 30 minutes long, I think.
They're all that long.
No, some of them are. The first one was like 50 something. They range. They're anywhere from like 50 to 30 some odd minutes. There's some that have been in the 40s. But man,
can I just say
you can't say that. That's a spoiler. He said this week's episode's fire. No spoilers, but and then he said something. Don't look in the chat. I mean, I guess that's a huge spoiler because you've already seen him once on the thing. But best car.
Can I just say that this is a shitty ashtray?
Mm-hmm.
I need a brass one from Jeremy.
You need one of these, and it gives you a nice little stand for your whiskey. Oh. I shouldn't try to pick it up like that. Not a good idea. Plus, it's hard to hold steady because it's like 5 pounds in this little concentrated brick. It weighs like 5. Chad said the boxes shipped are 7 pounds, and it's like
Jesus.
And it's like this big. It's not even a big thing, and it's 7 pounds.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I got a notification from USPS today that I used the wrong packaging. Right? That's what they told me. They traced it back to my account on Pirate Ship and said that I used the wrong packaging for what I selected on their website. They said I should have chosen a priority mail flat rate padded envelope.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that they provide.
And you're
go in there and grab. They're free. You go grab them. I fucking bought these padded envelopes. It's like a tiny little black envelope. Mm-hmm. I shipped stickers in it. And they went ahead and said, you used the wrong packaging. And instead of $3 for shipping, we're charging you $8. The fuck you are? Like, what? How did they fuck that up?
Dude.
It's in a little itty black envelope. God. So I had to go file like I had to appeal all the filings they made for me selling those fucking stickers in those black envelopes.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my boy bought a This Is the Way shirt. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's a Mandalorian thing. See, people appreciate the This Is the Way shirt.
Yeah, well, sorry that I have taste and standards, guys.
Somebody said they need a copper ashtray. You know what's funny is we made one in copper.
And it was 40 pounds.
No, I think it's marginally more than the copper. But
I mean, brass is just an alloy, like a copper alloy.
I've got it right back there, actually. But
You can send me the copper one. That'll work.
we're doing this run of the brass ones, and maybe if these sell out and they do well, I mean, the first round of them sold pretty quick. Maybe we'll get a round of the copper ones. They're good, man. The copper ones look nice. I've had it in some pictures.
Yeah, you can just throw that in my box with my whiskey samples.
Can't afford to pay the shipping.
Hey, if you can afford a Black Bay, actually, if you buy the Black Bay, you can't afford the shipping. I get it.
Yeah, that's my problem. If I afford the Black Bay, I'm officially broke. That took all my fun money, man. It took all my fun.
This took all my fun money.
That took dude. That's basically a Black Bay.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more, but basically a Black Bay.
Dude, this was a $5,000 laptop. I didn't pay $5,000 because I have a friend who's like, "Hey, I work at Apple, and Apple extends our discount to friends and family, and you're a friend, so here you go." But still, it fucking sucked.
Yeah,
I put it off for like 8 months.
Yeah, I forgot how much I paid for mine. I maxed everything out on my MacBook except for
RAM and storage. I did the same thing.
Yeah. No, I think I maxed out the RAM. I don't think I maxed out the storage because I think you add like another $2,000 if you put like a 4 terabyte hard drive in.
If you max out the RAM, no. The RAM is like $400 to $600, I think. But yeah, the SSD, if you max it out,
dude,
it's $1,800.
Yeah, it adds like $2,000 to the price. I got a 2 terabyte hard drive, and then I'm like, I can just get external hard drives.
Yeah,
like I'm good.
I didn't get 64 gigs of RAM. I got 32.
I might have gotten 32. I might not have maxed out the RAM then.
I don't know.
I got
no, I did not get the M1 chip. The M1 chip does not have compatibility with a lot of stuff, and they don't sell the M1 chip in a 16-inch. It's only in the 13, and I needed a 16.
Yeah, I get the 16. The 16 is better for if you do content because it just gives you more space. It's crammed enough on a screen as it is the 16 without having like an ultra wide. You start doing 13 and man, shit's like, it just doesn't work for content creation.
But if you have one of these, it works as a second monitor. Very, very well, actually. All right. I think that's probably a good place to wrap it up. I still have to go home tonight, and I've been here for a long time.
He says, Anderson says, I want a Black Bay. Yeah, me too, man. I've wanted one for months. And I think I might actually, I'm pretty stoked. I'm hoping that they've got the one I want and they're open and everything's good. If so, maybe by the time next podcast rolls around, maybe I'll have a Black. Maybe I'll have a Black.
To interrupt your talking with my slur, but I ran out of tea.
You ran out of tea? See, that's why I would come up with like a full water, several bottles of whiskey. Somebody has said for me to give a hot take on the rye. I went back to the coffee. The rye, I don't remember off the top of my head all the flavor notes, but my hot take is the shit's the bomb. I love that stuff. I fucking love it. It is great. I'm going to put it in a review at some point or pair some cigars with it in a leaf and barrel or something, even though that might piss people off because it's a very hard to get bottle. So maybe I'll just do a review, but it's delicious. I'll give you more detailed notes at another time when I'm actually just paying attention and drinking it.
I'm pretty sure Eric's talking about your Black Bay. That red bezel's discontinued.
Is it? I just saw it on the when I was on. I think
that's what he's talking about. It's okay because the steel bezel looks better anyway.
No, I want the red bezel, bitch. I was just looking at it on because the place that I was going to go locally is Mares. There's a Mares locally that has Tudor and stuff like that, and they just had it on their website like a couple days ago. I was looking at it. Let me see. I still got it pulled up because I was just looking at it. Where did Tudor and men's watches? Yeah, they still got
it. The ETA version is discontinued, which is the one I would prefer because the ETA movement means that you have very affordable services. If you use the in-house, your services is going to be much more
in-house movement.
Yeah. In-house is nice, but at the same time, your services are going to be like 3 times, 4 times as much.
Oh God, it's so good. Oh wait, we're not a focus
here. I'll connect my iPad one more time just for you.
Yeah, I actually wanted the in-house movement just because I know the ETA is, but I I actually wanted a watch with an in-house movement just because I don't have any watches with in-house movements.
Yeah, you do. Wait, no, your glycine doesn't. Never mind. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
like- and I think the Horus uses. Oh, it's such a good looking watch, dude.
Oris uses an ETA.
Oh, it's such a good looking watch. I don't know what it is about that red bezel that just gives me like semi. It gives me a semi. I don't know what it is about the red bezel.
Either.
Yeah, it is a more coveted. The ETA is a more coveted in the community. And it does. It has the rose logo instead of the newer logo. But yeah, dude, it's such a good watch.
That's the one you're after right there.
That dude had a little ass wrist though.
I have two cursors. It's so fucking trippy. So that's the one you're after, right?
Yeah, but with not with that red strap. I want the burner bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, it's such a good looking watch, dude. I like the red bezel, man. I don't know what it is about that red bezel that I dig.
Bro, Vince, I know. Dude, let's end it here. And then Jeremy, real quick, Sire steps in.
Yeah, no, we started talking. Somebody mentioned the Black Bay, and then I started getting my.
You're chubby.
Yeah, dude, it's just I've had a chub for that watch for months, dude, months and months. It was one of the first watches that when you turned me on to watches, it was one of the first watches that caught my eye, and I was like, oh god, I want it.
This is the one for me with a
Here's the
bracelet.
thing, that's a good looking watch, but I just don't think it's as unique looking as the red one. Like I've seen a lot of other companies that make watches that look very similar to that.
Why is this? What is this doing? I don't want this. I wanted the picture.
You know what I'm saying though? I think the red is a more unique looking watch. Like there's not a lot of people that do a red bezel.
I mean, I hear you. What the hell is that?
What the hell?
Image?
You better watch out. Your midget porn is going to come up. I mean, that's a sexy watch, dude. It looks great. I've got no qualms with that watch whatsoever. It just doesn't have the pizzazz, man. It's just like,
See, this one looks good. I would buy it on a bracelet because always buy on the bracelet. But when you get this watch on, when you get this watch on, dude, that right there, that would be my EDC. That'd be it. It's got the date window. I prefer a date at the 6 o'clock. I really do, which is why I love my Christopher Ward so much. But actually, no, my Christopher Ward has a date at 3, I believe. I can't remember because I don't have it because it's out for service and it won't be back for like 4 months.
The one thing that bugs me about the Tudor is it does not have a date.
This one does. That's why it's better.
The red ones don't have a date, which does kind of bug me just a little bit. But
the reason I don't want red on my bezel
is because
I rarely ever wear red. I am wearing kind of like a pinkish color right now. Sure.
Red. You don't have to wear red.
It won't go with as much. It won't.
What's his name?
Like
that guy that I was talking about on Shark Tank. That's his thing. He puts red bands on every watch he has.
I put a green band on a lot of stuff.
And he wears it with everything. It's like a statement piece for him. He does red bands for every watch he has. He will have a fucking $60,000 watch and he will put a red band on that bitch because that's his like signature thing is the red band.
My signature thing is OD green on everything. I have so many OD green straps, although I typically go with a bracelet.
See, people are saying it looks kind of generic. I agree. I don't think it looks as good.
I don't like red. I don't like bright red anything. Even if it's like a burgundy, it still just pops and I don't like it.
That's why I like it though. It pops. It's like it's a statement piece. It's like, look at the fucking watch. It's kind of like
you know what's a statement piece? You know what's a statement piece?
What?
And I think personally more of a statement than a Black Bay to non-watch people.
What?
It's that watch on your wrist right now.
Oh, sure.
Normal watch people, like people who are into watches, are going to see a Tudor and be like, "Hey, nice watch."
Right.
But a bronze watch like that?
No, for sure, because it's a cool looking watch. I like the red, and I think somebody said the bezel looked too chunky, and I agree. I think on the silver one, because the bezel's the same color as the case, it looks kind of. I don't know. It looks a little clunky to me. I think the red one's a more elegant looking watch, and I think it's kind of like the Hulk, man. I love the Hulk.
But it's red.
It is. I mean, the Hulk is like Kermit Green.
It's not ever going to do much for me because it's red.
Do you like Hulk?
Not really. I don't like bright poppy colors. I'm neutral, earth tone, bland kind of guy.
Do you see the way I'm dressed? Like I'm the most. I wear like black and gray. That's like it. But that's kind of why I think like having a watch with a little bit of color just kind of adds a little cherry on the sundae, man. Boop. You know, a little cherry on top.
But not red or blue.
Fucking cherries are red, man.
Nah. But can I just say really quickly, last thing, that Oris, I love the Bico.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. And I wouldn't even have a question about whether I would get the Bico or the black dial if the Bico came in a black dial. But I don't want a navy, like a deep navy.
Brother, let me tell you something. This might as well be black.
I know, but it's navy.
No.
It's deep blue.
It is so deep navy. You have got to have like direct light hitting it at the right angle for you to even tell that it's blue. It, for all intents and purposes, is black. Like, I mean, what color does that look? And I got a fucking aperture 120D beaming right on it. What color does that look? Black. Like,
I'm just saying.
It is the darkest blue I have ever seen.
Whoa. A Bico in OD?
Yeah, they make it in OD.
I didn't know it had a green dial.
They make one in a green dial.
I know they make a Diver 65.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made a Bico.
I don't think they do. I think he means the Bico, like the one you were looking at that has the around the bezel. I don't think it's the whole bezel in the band with green. Maybe he knows something. I mean, he's the watchman. Maybe I've never seen that.
If there's maybe it's new. Limited edition. Holy shit. God damn it.
I think it's the one with I think he's talking about, maybe he can, limited edition. Okay. Maybe there is one I haven't seen.
Well, then Oris Diver 65.
Yeah, see, look, he said, I agree. I have the Bico and I forget that it's blue. I forget it's blue. It's so dark blue that you don't, I mean, honestly, you got to like hit light directly on it. Like, I think even if I like beam my fucking light directly on it.
I don't see a picture of it.
My light directly on it. See, you can kind of tell there that it's blue.
Yo, Eric, DM me a picture of that. I need to see that, but we need to go because I got to pee again.
Again? Well, you got a fucking girl bladder? What the hell's going on?
They call me Tiny Tank. No. What happened is I chugged this entire tea.
Oh, yeah. Tea will make you pee. Well, I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but tea really does make you piss. I don't know what it is. I think it's the caffeine mixed with all the water.
And we've almost been live for 4 hours, so
we got to cut it off. We got to cut it. These Friday night hangouts always go way long though.
Yeah,
because we keep talking shit. But yes, Manny says you guys are still live. This is Friday night hangouts, bitch. This is how it goes, man.
just how it be sometimes.
That's how it goes.
Seriously though, Eric, DM me a picture of that because I need to see it
on the fucking stick. Eric, you have fucked him up because let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to get texts tomorrow saying, here's this, look at this, look at the fucking green. And then a couple days later, I'm going to get a text. I did a thing. I still think we need to do an I
already did a thing. It's right here. I don't need to do any more things. I don't need to do any more things.
I'm just telling you, it's going to be, I did a thing. And then there's going to be a picture of a fucking Bico with a green.
What's going to happen is I'm going to sell the Damasco or something.
Let's be honest. This with a green face would be more dope than Damasco.
It would. I love the Damasco. I love it. Too.
This with the green face is
fucking Vince. Bye. Vince, you've been telling us to get off air for like an hour and a half. So just saying. Just throwing this out there. At some point, we're going to need to get Vince. We're going to need to get Eric. We're going to get a bunch of different people on the podcast. But you guys, since you've been in this chat now, you're on the list.
Vince, man, you need to come on the podcast one night because we're talking about having a guest on soon. The Bourbon Junkies are coming on soon and stuff, and I think it'd be cool to have other people on to make the chat even more random.
what it really amounts to is I need help keeping Jeremy on topic, and if there are other people, maybe that'll happen.
He says he's very camera shy.
I don't care.
Make fucking videos, man. What are you talking about? You were in that video that Pete, you were on it's the same thing. You're in here by yourself looking at a camera.
You're just talking to two dudes who are probably too drunk and other shit to care. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Same shit, man. It'd be fun to have you on though, brother.
Yeah.
We could talk watches. We could do a whole watch episode and get your expertise. It'd be cool to hear your take on things because you take these bitches apart and put them back together at a level that.
Yeah. And Vince is just going to be like, how do you like my Apple Watch? All right. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us for almost 4 hours. Jesus. Jeremy, I would say thank you, but
what did we finish?
I'm doing you the favor. No,
we're still almost at 200 at 4 hours, dude. So you guys are fucking champions.
You are. You are.
We are the champions.
Drunkenly. God, you guys think I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. I hit the mic because I'm more drunk by the thought of a green Bico Oris. Okay.
That's what drunk people always say.
Yeah, that's true.
I honestly don't think you are, though.
I'm not. I'm 100% not. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for so long. Drunk buys are the best buys.
They are.
True. Thank you guys again. We will see you on Wednesday. Not with the Bourbon Junkies this time. Right.
No, it'll have to be next week because we've got no time to get the samples and stuff sent. So we'll probably push it back a week and try to get everything shipped out this week so we can do it the following week.
Yep. And maybe we'll talk about it after we get off air, but maybe we'll have somebody else on next week just as like an impromptu thing.
We can get somebody, maybe Chad or who knows, or
one of these guys or somebody, if we can convince them not be shy.
Not being camera shy.
Yeah.
We'll be fine, man. We'll be fine.
All right. Thank you guys again. Everything you need to know for us is down in the description. Hit my links, not Jeremy's. And
hit my links. Don't pay attention.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday at 8 p.m. right here. See ya.
Love you, bitches. Bye.